that fantasize about them, they can't get with them, they're gonna be doing the most raping and shit.
Is yours working?
Yeah, it's about that.
These women are getting so fucking slick as fuck.
You think you could check if mine? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's working, but I usually like to check, you know. Okay. Well, I guess I'll leave my sword and my water bottle right here.
Yo, and if I may, because you got a lot of dudes now, man. They all about the woman. Like you got brothers standing right in front, right here, that come from all around America, man. So wherever you go, the Lord already got stuff set up for you, women and all that, man. So you're not supposed to chase the woman. You're supposed to chase Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, and Kakodas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, yo, you can find a fat ass in Atlanta. You can find a fat ass in Newark. You can find a fat ass in New Jersey. You can find a fat ass in fucking California. You can find a fat ass in California, man. Yo, we gonna be in galaxies, man.
That's right.
Our women are defiled, man, and and all this, our men, we don't take leadership and actually tell our women, hey, listen, you going off, putting our women back into place. We cool with this shit because we just want to quick fuck. That's what we want.
Romans 1:32.
Behold, the day of the Lord shall come, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the woman raped, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. So what did you got? These Ted Bundy. See, back in the day, you had a lot of serial killers, but people think they're not around no more. And these devils didn't catch a lot of them. Some of them got caught, but some of them didn't get caught. They might be older or old now, but the point is those spirits are still in the earth. And when the lights get cut out, those spirits gonna get reactivated. See, right now you got a lot of technology, so a serial killer is more bound to get caught, like that Uber dude. He was going around picking up these dumbass hoes, walking out of these clubs. The bitch jumped in the wrong club. She jumped in the wrong Uber. It wasn't even an Uber, and the dude put her ass to death, man. You know what I'm saying?
Colombia too.
Yeah. So what? You got these serial killers out here. They still out here, and they just lying right beneath the surface. And when the Lord activate their spirit, man, it's gonna be fucking on, man. Hey, a lot of them serial killers is the dudes that's on, what's it, My Fans? What is it called? The shit with the bitches.
OnlyFans.
Fans only. A lot of them dudes that's paying $500 to see your toes and shit like that. A lot of them niggas is bugged out, Ted Bundy ass niggas, man. And they gonna come and get your ass.
Spirit of vengeance.
Especially these men that be whacking off while they watching your video with your live stream. They stand there beating off, bumping on themselves. That's the men that's gonna rape you. You got for rap. And after they rape them, they gonna kill them. Or pimp them out, sell them. These women gonna be commodity at that time. You know what I mean?
That's right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 15. So verse 6, I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. And there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their hand and their power.
That's right. That's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble. That's when all hell just going to break loose. When the economy collapses, these food trucks stop coming. People are going to be in panic mode. Especially if the lights get cut out, forget about it. It's going to be mass death. These bodegas, these stores, restaurants, they're going to get ramshacked. These supermarkets, they're going to get ramshacked.
Just like you were speaking on a woman. That day, their protection, that 911 police,
Ain't gonna have no protection.
And it's going away now because they especially up in New York, they the police losing a lot of funding.
They got the funding $1 billion.
Yeah, the city has, you know, the buses, the trains, like this whole pandemic thing is having an effect. So with the COVID shit and all of that, now the police is being looked at as the enemy by like the general public. So a lot of cops is like calling out. A lot of cops is taking off and doing all of that. They're not putting their lives on the line no more for their jobs. And which is all a plan from the elites, because one thing about the New World Order, they want a one-world police system. And in order to bring a one-world police system, they're going to have to lay off and do away with this police system that's out here now. So a lot of calls is not in Philly. It was like, look, if you had brought it out, it was like, if it ain't nothing serious, we ain't even responding to it. And motor vehicle accidents and shit like that, nobody heard, they ain't even answering that shit. Y'all figure that shit out, you know?
That's right, man. This how deep it really got Philly. Joe, they was busting the cops' ass. They was busting the cops' ass so much with the riots and everything, the cops started coming out, passing out food to the homeless, man. You ain't never see that shit. So that's like them raising a white flag, like, yo, we give up. Here, yo, we just want y'all to be cool with us. Yo,
Esau don't give a fuck about the police, because they ain't sending them no National Guard, no help. They just like, nigga, you on your own.
That's right.
In the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 9, it says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have lost my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
And here it is, we had the brink of war, man. They over here on these shits, man. No, this is why Esau gonna fuck them. This is the Lord gonna use Esau as a sword. On the left hand side, that's
And that's why the scripture that I just read in 2nd Ezra said that they shall be in a pitiful case. Because right now they have the liberty, meaning the freedom to come back to the fold, like Isaiah said. Seeking the Lord while he may be found. Right now, the doors of repentance are still open. Because we still out here.
I got a preview, man.
I got a preset. Proverbs 15 and 21. Proverbs 15 and 21. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walk upright. So what these peons is doing in their mind, it's cool, it's fun, it's the right thing to do. You know, it's what they doing is nothing wrong with what they doing, because what they destitute of wisdom. The Lord had it installed in them the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So in their rapid ass minds, they having a ball of their life. But see, now when the Lord blesses us with the wisdom, knowledge, and like even in the world, you sitting on the corner watching cars by, smoking fucking weed all day, you was living a life in your rabbit ass mind. There was nothing wrong with that. You know, you was stuck on stupid until the Lord woke us up. You know, but I'm gonna read it again. It says,
Hold your peace.
it says, folly 15 and 21. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom. So people have fun in this world because they don't know the judgment of the Lord.
God.
So in their rabbit ass mind, this is it for them. You know, the Lord said their kingdom, the inward thought is that their kingdom shall continue forever. Now that applies to the white man, but also our people like that. Listen, man. Hold up. First of all, men is up here talking. You don't just interrupt us like that without saying this.
My son was got down by a black man.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Nah, you coming off in the wrong spirit. When men is talking, you say excuse me.
Got down by a
You
black
straight
man.
up interrupted us.
You're emotional.
My son was got down by a black man.
The Lord killed your son. That's right. The Lord killed your son.
White man killed my son. A black man.
So what did you say? What did you say? What did you say? What's your point? What's your point in
A
saying?
black man killed my son.
So what is your
He
point?
dead now, man.
What is your point? What is your point?
I got a precept, bro.
What is your point? You got demons on you. You don't even got a point in saying that.
You play the white man.
Oh, your point is to defend these crackers. That's your point. That's your point.
A
Yeah.
black man killed my son.
What is your point in saying
A
that?
black man killed my son.
What is your point in
Kill my
saying
son,
that?
man. A black man killed my son.
Yo, get him with the scriptures, man.
It's Proverbs
White man
28
killed the
and 5. Evil men understand not judgment.
But evil men understand not judgment because they evil. They don't understand all of this judgment that's happening to our people. The Lord did it. Whether a black man killed your son or a white man killed your son. Our people kill their own. You kill your son with feeding them pork. You kill your son with feeding them Christianity. You kill your son. It's different ways to die.
A black man
It's
killed my
not
son.
just a physical death. You got spiritual death. You got mental death. You could die health-wise. You could die spiritually.
A black man killed my son.
But they that seek the Lord understand all things.
Understand all things. Give me Salah, brother. Give me Sirach 11 and 14. I'll pass it back. Give me Sirach 11 and 14. Give me Isaiah 45 and 6. And give me Sirach 20, 39 and 28.
A black man killed my son.
This is Sirach 11 and 14. Prosperity,
White man.
adversity,
Hold up. This is what the Lord said. The Lord said what?
prosperity and adversity,
Prosperity and adversity.
life and death,
Life and death.
poverty and riches
Poverty and riches.
come from of the Lord.
Read it again, man.
Prosperity and adversity.
What a white man, bro. What a white man. A black man didn't mean that. A black man killed me, man.
We heard that. Let's read it again, bro.
This is Sirach 11 and 14.
Right.
Prosperity and adversity,
Prosperity and adversity.
life and death,
Life and death.
poverty and riches
Poverty and riches.
come of the Lord.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that.
Isaiah 45 and 7.
Show that
I'm the
six.
light.
Show
I'm
that
going to start at 6. Isaiah 45 and 6. They that may know from the rising of the sun and from the west
The sun rises in the east and from the west where it sets. Read on.
that there is none besides me. I am the Lord and there is none else.
Read on.
I form the light and create darkness.
The Lord for the light and create darkness. Read on.
I make peace and create evil.
I made peace. It was an evil thing how your son was murdered by a black man. But the Lord did that.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
I, the Lord, do all these things, man. I, the Lord, do all these things.
I got one.
Give me that Sirach. Give me that Sirach.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 6. It says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive.
The Lord kill and he make alive.
He brings
Nobody comes on this earth without the Lord judgment, okaying it, and nobody leave this earth without the Lord okaying it.
That's right.
How was your son? How did your son? Did he get shot? Okay. You know how many people that got shot in the head and live? Why? Because that man wanted him dead, but the Lord didn't. You know how many people got shot up 15 times, 21 times. My cousin got shot up 14 times and they brought him back from death twice. And he's walking around like nothing happened to him.
Who did it? Why they did that?
The niggas did it.
Well, what you mean?
Thank you.
Listen, bro.
But ultimately, guess what? The Lord did it. The Lord just used niggas to do it.
So if you can say this,
Whether a cracker did it or a nigga did it, it doesn't matter.
The blame the white man.
Whether a cracker did it or a
And then
nigga
another
did it,
one
it
where it say
doesn't
the
matter.
issues of death
You
coming from
missing
the
the
Most High.
point.
Psalm 68 and 20.
now listen, at the end of the day,
But
the
that's
Lord,
too
the
deep
Lord
for
looks
him.
like us. So that's a black man that did it. All right? So if you want to say your son got gunned down by a black man, the Lord is a black man. That's right. So he did it. Read the scriptures, man. And we not out here blaming the white man. Because there's no such thing as a white man.
Ain't no white man. Thank you, man.
All right, now.
This is the book of this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Yo, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Right, that whoever did, hey, that son got murdered, but the question is, what was your son doing?
Woo!
That's his judgment.
What was your son doing?
Cat got his tongue.
God judged that. God judged that.
I did.
So
God
why
judged
bitches?
God judged.
You don't judge that.
God judged that.
God judged
And he
that.
judged your son.
To my son.
He judged your son
To
with
my
a
son.
booger.
And to my son.
That's right. So Reno,
You don't judge that. You don't judge that.
I didn't. Hold on. Just listen, all right? Just listen. Right? We all deserve to be put to death.
That's right.
We all deserve to be put to death.
So just listen, brother. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and 28.
Right.
It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
The dude who killed your son, he was born to kill your son.
Right.
He was born to take the son out that day and time.
Right.
It was already written. His spirit of
imperishable
vengeance
innocence.
was born on this earth to take his son out.
Listen,
Real time.
Job
Real time.
1:7.
Real time.
hold on. Yeah, it is. It is, bro.
It is coming.
It says, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
That gun that he he pulled out on your son, he laid out sore strokes on him. Read on.
It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right? And guess what? That dude who killed your son, he had a demon on him to make God happy by killing your son. It was the Lord's will that your son.
He ain't no right to do it.
He had a right to do it. The Lord had every right to kill your son. Because all of us deserve to be put to death. Right?
You're trying to come in.
Listen, bro, listen. Yo, believing the Lord, Yahweh Shah, who you call Jesus Christ, he got put to death by the hands of his enemies. Right? On the cross.
But it was ordained by the Father.
But he had his day for it to happen. And like he said, it was ordained by the Father, bro. So what's more greater than that, man?
Don't they come in?
We know that.
All about
And the day for America to be destroyed is coming to us.
The Lord said he would have mercy on who he would have mercy on. Right? You don't know if the Lord will have mercy on you.
You don't know that, bro.
So how you can say my day coming? I condemn you on how disrespectful you came, brother. I condemn you on how disrespectful you came, brother.
You know how a good love God has for me, man.
I never said you putting words in my mouth. What you did, you said my day is coming.
They're coming.
How you know my day is coming? I could be one of the people the Lord had mercy on.
Yo, check this out. Yo, there's some men that's not going to taste death.
Time.
They're not going to die. They're going to get a new body and get beamed up on the
My
chair.
day coming of me having a new body. My day, you saying my day coming in a negative sense.
We all have
Now look, my day can be coming as far as in the positive
we all have sinned it. They can't show the glory of God. We all have sinned it. They can't show the glory of God. We all have sinned it. They can't show us the glory of God.
It says fire in hell, look, fire, where your house catch on fire, and hailstorms, read, and famine, when you starving, you starve to death, read, and death, read. All these were created for vengeance. All these was created for vengeance, read. Teeth of the wild beast. When a dog get loose and bite you, I seen wild ass dogs get loose and they bite. Run past 3 or 4 people and go and bite one person. Because everything controlled by the spirit. Teeth of wild beasts, read on. And scorpions. Scorpions, a scorpion crawl in your house and sting you and your ass die. That's the Lord. Read on. Serpents in the sword. Snake, a snake bites. And a sword, a gun, a modern day sword is a gun. Read. Punishing the wicked to destruction. And that your son was wicked and the Lord got tired of him and he pulled them from the earth. Simple as that.
I came to them. I came to condemn. I came to them.
This is
I came to them. I came to them. Remember, I came to them.
Whoever
I came to them.
being
I
innocent.
came to them. The world.
Yo,
The world
bro,
make
bro,
you say,
bro,
we all have,
bro,
we all have
chill,
sinned it.
man.
They can't show them what we do.
Chill, bro.
Hey, listen to the word. Listen to the word for a second, man.
Bring it
Job
up.
4 and 7.
Good.
Okay? Remember, I pray thee. Okay? Whoever perished, being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
You judge me?
I judged you.
Ignore this dude.
He
Judge
just
me.
The Most High judged you.
He trying to cause confusion.
And nor Satan and he shall flee.
I got one.
Judge me.
Hey, cause the dude, when the brother failed to realize his son and every so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American going through this because of the curses. All right, that's why it's so-called black on black crime.
Good.
This Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave. So we understand why so-called Negroes kill Negroes, Hispanics kill Negroes, because we under the curses, man. You gotta understand that, man. If you don't understand that, hey, it ain't for you, man.
That's right.
Hey, and then the scriptures also say too, if you took it out at this time, you should be glad your son not on the earth because the shit that's about to go down. That's right. He with the Father now. That's right. So that's mercy in itself. So you should be glad. That's right. You still here.
Yeah, right.
I got another.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
It's Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh has not done it?
I got a precept, another precept. Proverbs 28 and 5. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, understand all things. This guy's an evil man. He don't understand judgment, man. And that's why his son got killed as well, because he was evil. He wasn't seeking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So the Lord gonna bring that death angel on all you wicked niggas, man. He's seeking you wicked niggas trying to come up and take over the program. This is our platform, man. If it ain't for you, get out of here, man. We gonna continue to edify, man. There's no edification dealing with a demon like that.
That's right.
This is Isaiah.
I got a precept real quick. This is Job 4 and 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. So you know what I'm saying? We don't know your son, but you know the Most High judged him. Probably because he was plowing iniquity. You know what I'm saying? So he reaped the same. That's all there is to it, man.
And that's why this brother asked him. A couple brothers asked him, what was his son doing? What kind of life was he living, man? We're out here, we can look at each of these brothers and know that man of
You know
life,
that
man.
one where it say, seek the Lord and keep his commandments. This is the whole duty of man. Yeah. You know his son wasn't doing that. You know.
We can say about sin. What is sin?
Hey,
Don't give him attention, man.
Hey. We all have sinned.
The point I was trying to make
We all have
is
sinned.
they don't even know what sin is. The transgression the laws, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. Let him get an understanding of the law, and he don't want to hear it. You can bring this out, brother Yakar.
Hey, so basically he a repeat offender.
I got it.
Hey, Mohawk. So basically he a repeat offender, right?
A cereal.
Let me
A
bring
cereal
this out
scoffer.
for my heart real quick. It's Proverbs 13 and 13.
Come on.
Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
Come. You gonna elaborate? You go ahead, you call.
Yeah, hey, cause hey, if you despise his word, you're gonna get put to death, man. You know, that's just point plain and simple. All right, what he said, everybody has sinned. Yeah, all of us have sinned, but brothers try to make their calling and election sure and do right to the best of their ability, you know?
That's right. And brothers have been trying to correct him through the word all day, and he fanned a hand at it. He despised the word.
I got another one. Ecclesiastes 5 and 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. That's right.
I got a swift one.
Hey, wait, if I may add, it said what? He considered not. So he's not considering the words of the Lord. He's going off his own philosophy, his own lust. You know what I mean? I got something real quick.
It's one more here. Verse 2 in Ecclesiastes 5. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. And his problem is he see us as regular men. You know, people look at us just another so-called black man. But if there's some devils up here speaking, he'll shut the fuck up, man. You know, because I know niggas like that, old niggas like that, man. Let 10 white boys up here shut up.
I got a swift one real quick. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 34. Since you want to keep talking about the death and all that, right? Yeah. It says, therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive. And after death, ye shall obtain mercy. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
Hey, somebody got to play the role of the 2/3. Somebody got to play the role of the elect. Hurry.
Don't touch me, man.
Balance.
I got something real quick.
Why y'all talking? Put your hands on me, for real. Why y'all talking about?
I got something real quick.
Why y'all talking?
This is the book.
Why y'all talking?
Hey.
Ignore him.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Because it's not your own way. It's the way that the Lord guides you. He brought us
Don't
here.
talk to him.
You know? So man's goings is of the Lord. Matter of fact, it says in Proverbs 21, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. So even when the cops come, what they do, that's the Lord's judgment. However, you know? So there's no such thing as free will. Our people think it's just their own will. You know?
Time.
Hey.
Get off those sons and get back.
Hey, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down. And the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And when it comes down to it, most of our people are proud. They don't want to just repent, man. You know, that's our whole message, the reason why we out here. Come back to the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, admit your faults, turn back from those wicked ways, and that's it, man. But, you know, our people are just proud and they don't want to do that, man. But the Lord is going, hey, either you're going to get down or you're going to lay down, man.
That's right, bro.
That's it.
That's it.
This is Daniel's 9 and 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed the law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him. That's why we're going through all the shit that we're going through. That's why we're living in the hood. That's why we're living, you know, we're in poverty. You know, that's why we're getting gunned down by police. You know, because we went against the Most High.
Right.
And the Most High is putting us through hell right now with these curses.
That's right, brother.
You know, even the men of the Lord, even the men that's on this side, we still catch hell. Yeah. We're not exempt from this destruction, but the Most High is still looking out for us. Right. He still got a covering over us.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Now, can you read that one more time, Baba Hashem?
This is Daniel's 9 and 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed the law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
That's right. We are departed from the Lord. We didn't obey his voice. Because when we was back there in Mount Sinai back then, the Lord gave us the laws, statutes, and commandments. He gave it to Moses, man, for us to take. And he told us what was going to happen to us if we obeyed. He told us what was going to happen to us if we disobeyed. So now you got dudes out here bitching about things that's happening when you disrespected the Lord, man. So he gonna disrespect you, man.
That's right.
And you got Atlanta, which is a bunch of homosexuals. So you think the Lord blessed this place? You out your goddamn mind, man.
That's right, brother.
A bunch of faggots down here, man. Yo, this place gonna burn. Sodom and Gomorrah, man. What happened to that? Yo, the Egyptians, they was the first homosexuals, man. And they learned their lesson. Because they ain't really doing that no more. But America think that they can do things better than the wicked. Hey, brother.
And we can't
your fucking mind, man.
We must not forget
I got
what the 2/3 asked for, man. They said, let the blood be upon our heads and our children's heads.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Nah, get the fuck out of here, man.
Go ahead, dog.
Hey, yeah, I mean, what I'm saying, basically, man, we can't forget. Hey, don't put your fucking hands on, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Hey, know that
I'm
dude,
sick of
man.
him, bro.
Hey, know that old head, man.
Yeah.
Just teach, bro. Just teach.
Hey, look, I got a precept.
I'm about to bring out scripture.
This is the
Well, no, pretty much what I was saying was, we can't forget what the 2/3 asked for, man.
Just teach. Just teach.
I'm gonna bring out a precept. real
Go ahead,
quick.
bring out scripture.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. So like the brother was saying, you know, this place is going to be destroyed in one day, as the book of Revelation says. You know, because John, he saw the vision of America, which is modern day Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt. He saw the vision of this place being destroyed. You know, and those plagues that the Lord brought upon Egypt back then is going to come, and we see that happening now with the famine. You know, you got pestilence happening, the COVID. You know, you're going to have all types of foods run out. You know, people are going to, the scriptures say that the neighbors shall not regard one another, you know, because of the lack of bread. You know, so these are the times we're living in, man. You know, and that's why, you know, the Lord, every kingdom that had fallen, before the Lord destroyed all those kingdoms, what he did, he sent out his men to prophesy of the downfall of that kingdom. So those that got ears to hear shall come into the fold, man. You know?
Hey, this is an example and an exact reason why Yahweh Shemel Shah said in 1 Peter 4th chapter, Israel's gonna get judged first. Because you can't deal with our people, man. They can't be quiet, they can't listen. They don't want to listen, you know? Like the brother brought out that scripture, you know, they don't want to listen, they don't want to give ear, man. If he would come up humble, he would get edified, man. But he not coming up humble. He worried about problems that we all got. You know what I'm saying? We all got the same issues. We all under curses, man. We all hurting, man. We waiting for the Lord to come back and deliver us.
And the scriptures give us guidelines on how to deal with people like that. We should have did it earlier, but you know, through the spirit, everything happened. This is Titus chapter 3, verse 9. But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are improbable and vain. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition rejects.
And the brother Mahal mentioned that he's a repeat offender.
Yeah.
So what the hell is he up here for?
Exactly.
He ain't going to apply that.
Knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself. So he through, man.
I got precept. The second,
he put a curse on himself.
Yeah. He's done.
You know? Hey, see, people think because we got Bibles and shit, you could just disrespect us, you could shove us and push us and step on all of our shit and do all of that. We men too. And I ain't no carnal brother, that's the last thing I want to do. But as a man, if you come and shoving brothers, telling them don't touch me, stepping on brothers' property, you bound to get fucked up, man.
right.
If you keep pushing the issue.
That's right.
Come on, man.
The 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 2. And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. Now we know what that 2/3 of our own people are of their father the devil is covered. This can be applied to Esau the devil and the devil of our own people, man. It's an unreasonable man. We're telling them that the Lord brought judgment on his son. Because 9 times out of 10 he was living a wicked life, man. And so is he, man. So he might follow in the footsteps of his son and get shot tonight, man.
Hey, and that's why the Lord said, you know, to Ezekiel, man, go to this people, they're stiff-hearted people, but still go to them. Because what? So Ezekiel can give out the judgment of the Lord. Our people ain't about to hear insult like that. And that's why the Lord said in 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter, what, man? Don't worry about how the wicked's going to be punished. Worry more about how the righteous is going to be saved, man. And we can see that from the far end. Like, he ain't going to hear us talk no matter how many times we come out here. But we at the end, and we at the Lord's judgment. So, you know, right now, it's like, hey, man, you can't get it, man. You just ain't going to fucking get it, man.
I got something real fast, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see you indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. So at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Yahushua doesn't want everybody to get this, man. The 2/3 prophecy has to be fulfilled, and hey, this guy right here might very well be one of them, man. He condemned himself by coming and disrespecting the church, all right? And he could have easily received salvation, you know, in a second, in a minute. But instead, he came and he condemned himself up here, man. You know?
I got something real quick. This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 10, verse 14. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet.
You know, I'm quite sure this brother here, Mahar, and dealt with that guy plenty of times. And shook the dust off their feet with that nigga, man. A repeat offender, man. He died for the Lord to judge him, man. He gonna get what he asked for, man. And a lot of these people are gonna get exactly what they asked for, man. When you come up here scoffing, you on the keyboard, on the comment board scoffing, people gonna get what you asked for real soon. That's right.
I got one. This is Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Wherefore, for they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus say Yahweh power. And whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall they know that there has been a prophet among them. So when these things start coming to pass, that's happening, all right, that's already happened, what? The martial law, the famine, the pestilence, all right, the killings, man, all right? When all these things start coming about, they're gonna know that we are the prophets out here, man, not just some jakes with some Bibles, man.
Right, that's right, bro. That's right, man. Beautiful. Then it's gonna be too late, man.
Yeah, God.
Because anybody that been put in that situation where they've been put in front of a prophet, and then later on, when that judgment is brought on them, they're like, oh shit, the Lord gonna flash everything you did, man.
Yeah.
Stepping on and coming in between brothers, man.
Yeah,
and brothers go through that all the time. This ain't just him. Brothers go through that when wicked niggas come up to the camp with their bullshit, man.
Hey, and you know, just like prophets of old, like I'm gonna bring out Jeremiah, he was praying for these people and making intercession to the Lord, and he had to learn the hard way that the Lord had them spiritually shut off, where they wasn't going to listen to the words, man. You know, Jeremiah 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 16. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. So at 2/3, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not going to hear, you know what I'm saying, prayers from brothers, even if it's your own family, man. And we just got to, you know, deal with that and just keep it pushing and try to reach the elect, you know?
And that's why the Lord said, he prayed, I prayed for them, I prayed not for the world.
Right.
You know, because the Lord is dealing with a remnant. You know, that's who who he was praying for. He didn't pray for everybody. You know what I mean?
Hey, get that St. John 17, man.
Con.
start the first chapter, St. John 17 tells you that. You know, the Lord ain't come for everybody. He told the Heavenly Father, yo, I gave your name, you know, to the man that you gave to me, man.
That's right.
So what does that mean? Why does the church always say everybody's for God? You know, God loves everybody, and the Lord quoted, and he even said it like, yo, hey, I gave your name to the ones that you told me to give it to, man.
That's right.
You know, St. John the 17th chapter, man.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Everybody ain't gonna have the name of the Lord, man. You know, everybody ain't gonna be chosen by Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai. The Lord ain't for everybody. He just got a remnant, man. Brother got that? St. John 17, brother Rashad? Yeah, 17, yeah. You start at 1. You want to come up?
God, it's John chapter 17, verse 1. These words spake Jesus and lifted up, well, we know Yahushua. These words spake Yahushua and lifted up his eyes to heaven.
Now, that's the actual prayer, right? The reason that the Lord lifted up his eyes to heaven is because he's praying to the Father now.
It said, this is Yahushua speaking.
Good.
Father,
I hold
the
this
hour
somewhere.
is come. Glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee. As thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him.
Right, he shall give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. You know what I'm saying? And who did the Heavenly Father give Yahushua? The elect.
It says,
and Lord willing that be us, man. You know?
And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true power.
Right, that they might know thee, the only true power. And that's the reason why we in this truth. To do what? Like the elder was saying the other day. You know, you speak to the Most High, you throw up the prayers, you know, you come out to camp, boom, this and that. We're getting to actually know Yahweh, man, through these scriptures. Because that's his word, man. So that thou shall only know the true power, man. Following the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the main thing. To the best of our ability. Can a brother get Judges 5 and 11? That's the main thing. Because in this society, it's hard to do that. But trying to, like, you know, put that in your everyday life, we're getting back to knowing the Heavenly Father. We're getting familiar, you know?
And Yahushua HaMashiach, whom thou hast sent.
Right.
It says, I have glorified thee on the earth.
Right, and how did the Lord glorify the Heavenly Father on the earth through those miracles, man? You know, those multitudes of people following him, and that's the same way we're gonna glorify the Lord, man. When he actually amp us up, man, people gonna be coming up to us. Cause see, our people need to see it to believe it. You know, and that's exactly why they were following Yahushua when you read the book of Matthew.
The scriptures say Israel always has required a sign.
And that's why when you read the book of Matthew, man, when Yahushua gained reputation, it was off him doing what? Healing people, bringing people back from the dead, you know, and stuff like that. And Yahushua was like, yo, don't tell nobody about this. But his reputation still far exceeded, you know, what he didn't want people to tell, you know. So that's going to be the same thing with us, man.
It says, I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do.
Right, and what was the work that the Lord gave him to do? When you read Isaiah, the 53rd chapter, the Lord was to come down here and be that sacrificial lamb, you know, for brothers like us, the elect, man.
Right.
You know?
And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self.
And he's going to be glorified, man. Right? The scriptures say, I will not meet thee as a man. You know? He's going to be glorified, especially when he comes back. He already in a glorious state, man. This double seen a chariot that was 2-3 times bigger than the sun headed toward the heaven, man. With the thigh sign on the end, man. What did the Lord say? He said, I'm the Alpha and the Omega, man. So the end is coming, man.
You just had NASA on the live stream. They saw the chariot coming up over the hood. And there was a massive chariot. So the Lord is coming back as we speak. That's why we down here to condemn this police, man. And after this, man, I'm gonna be more help on this.
With the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
Yeah, the glory that he had with the Lord before the world was, because Yahweh Shai is what? The first spirit created. When you read St. John, the first chapter, man. You know? The word, the word is the Lord, man.
That's right. It says, I have manifested thy name unto the men.
Unto the men. Because the Lord is dealing with who? The men of Israel, the elect. I manifested thy name, man. And this is why all of us brothers got the name Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know why? Because he manifested it to us before. Because there was a time period when the Lord wasn't dealing with us. All you gotta do is read the book of Maccabees, man. The Lord wasn't dealing, he was dealing with them a slight little bit. But the Lord came back on the scene, you know, and showed them things, man. You know, showed the apostles things, saying, look, man, hey, do this, do that, you know, in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, do miracles, heal people, you know, heal the sick, do this and that. So he manifested the name to the man of the Lord. And this is why we're coming back in the stead, you know, of what? Our heritage, man.
Right. It says, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
Right, which thou gavest me out of the world. Because you got a lot of men in this world, but you have certain men that are chosen specifically, predestinated. When you read Romans the 8th chapter and Jeremiah, I think it's the 1st chapter, Jeremiah, he was predestinated to be a prophet of the Lord. So you have certain men on the earth that were predestinated, right, to come up out of the Babylonian bullshit, the American bullshit, man, and be a prophet to the Lord, man. We've been in that stead for what? For different reincarnations, man.
That's right.
Some predestinated for salvation.
Right.
Some predestinated for judgment, man.
And we always, like you said, we always had this knowledge, man. We always had it, right, from the beginning. We always had this knowledge. We just had to be what? Refreshed.
Yo, now, if I may, like Yahweh Shai had to come back in many reincarnations to get it right. So how much more of us?
Servant's not greater than that's right. He says, thine they were, and thou gavest them me.
Thine they were, and that's why the Lord said, those that are in my hand can no man pluck out, man. Right. Thine they were. So we're really not ourselves, man. You know, our own. We're the Lord's, man. That's why, hey, even Jonah was trying to run, man.
Right.
Lord was like, nah, you mine. You can't run from your destiny, man. You can't run from your lot. So the reason brothers is standing right here, preaching the name of the Lord, and preaching his prophecies and stuff like that, is because we were already preordained, man.
It says, and they have kept thy word.
And they have kept thy word. And that's the same thing we doing from the Apostles' Great Millstone on down. That's right, though. Okay? We keeping the word of the Lord. We know that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, man. We know about reincarnation, man. We know about spiritual power, man. You know?
It says, verse 7 of John chapter 17. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee, for I have given unto them.
Yeah, because you had certain men on the earth, certain Israelites that didn't believe, you know, Yahweh Shai was the Messiah. That's right. Questioning him. Yo, if you this, you know, do this. If you the son of the Most High, do this. Just like these niggas don't believe that we're the prophets of the Lord, man. But guess what? It's going to be manifested soon that we're the real man of the Lord. And a lot of these people out here going to be what? Put to shame, man. That's right. The Lord said, so like, let me say, the Lord said, and can a brother get Zephaniah 3 and 19? He said he was going to give us fame in every land that we will put to shame. The main land that we will put to shame is this place, man. We ill put to shame in this place. That's why you got our people coming up to us like they don't respect us, man.
Right.
You know? You got these heathens in these liquor stores looking at us like we ain't nothing, man. But guess what? We're going to get fame in every land because you got Israelites all over the world, man. That's in the truth, too. But we're going to get fame in every land. Every one of these lands are going to know that we are the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
It's not just about Atlanta. It's about America is one big city. And just like across the world, like you mentioned, we scattered everywhere. In every land we was put to shame, we're going to be given fame.
Hey, that's happening now.
That's right.
Hey, I was down here. Remember, I was down here. The guys over there. They was like, "Hey, man, remember you?" Yeah, you know. They was like, so on a low level. That's happening now on a low level. Hey, the brother Ron Moff,
with the fruit. I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, kind of. You saw him. He was like, he's like, oh, the West Coast brother, right? Sometimes I be places, I be straight up Clark Kent,
Right.
and somebody be like, hey, yeah, we know you from YouTube, man. So you know, that's happening now.
Right.
So you got what these things is slowly being fulfilled on a low level.
Yep.
You want the 3 and 19?
Yeah, actually get that. Let's drop that.
All right.
Actually, let him get a little bit more.
Yes, a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Back to verse 8 of John 17. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me,
Right.
and they have received them.
Right, and that's what it's about, receiving the words of the Lord, man. See, the guy that came up here earlier, the demon was on him to not receive the word of the Lord. You could learn a lot more shutting up and being quiet than running your mouth.
Yeah, he was more interested in having pity for the white man, but keep throwing Jake out there, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make what we saying seem void.
Yeah.
Like, look, a nigga killed my son, so y'all can't talk shit about the white man.
Right.
His son is one fucking person.
Right.
You know?
Says, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed.
See, the elect don't know and believe on these scriptures, man. You know, the words of Yahweh Shai. The elect don't know and believe, man. You know?
That thou didn't send me.
How else will Peter be able to walk on water a little bit unless he had a little bit of faith and belief, man? He seen the Lord doing it. He was like, yo. And he started doing it a little bit, you know? But that's that grain that faith as a mustard seed, man.
Right.
You know? Zion one. You got that?
Yeah. The book of the prophet Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflicted thee, and I will save her that halted.
Yeah, undo all that afflict me. And we're all afflicted in this society. And with that, Jake didn't realize we all men over here hurting still. We gotta deal, like the brother said, we gotta deal with stuff mentally, physically, we gotta deal with ailments. You know, we all hurt, man. We all hurt. We all got holes in our pocket, man. You know what I'm saying? We all got, you know, hey, we all just hurt, man. Just point, but we all under the curses, man. But that's why the scripture said we are prisoners of hope, because the men back here are hoping for a savior to deliver us out of what? Our captivity, man. Go ahead.
And gather her that was driven out.
Gather her that was driven out is talking about Israel, man. Okay? We were driven out of what? Our land. Now we got these goddamn cars occupying it, man. You know? But guess what? They're gonna go into slavery, you know, along with their lower level Edomites, man. Their lower level family members.
Oh, yeah. The water.
Go ahead.
And I will give them praise and fame.
I will give them praise and fame.
In every land where they have been put to shame.
And we've been put to shame. The main spot that's going to be destroyed is America. We've been put to shame here, man. The Lord said he's going to give us praise and fame in every land. We were put to shame. Jerusalem is going to ring bells throughout the earth soon, man. Especially when the Lord come back, man. Straight up, man. They're going to see the power of the Lord, man. When you goddamn people out here, guess what, man? And we know you Rothschilds and we get on you motherfuckers, man. You Rothschilds, you Gettys, you DuPont. Y'all know the power's coming. Y'all know the prophets, man. Y'all know the prophets are. That's why you see your little agents up here, man. They try to distract us, but guess what, man? We still on that course, man. But guess what? Read that over again now.
Okay, I had dropped it.
We gonna get praise and fame. And how is that praise and fame gonna come through the power that the Lord's gonna give us? And we already got power, man. Everybody know about the Israelites, man.
The book of the prophet Zechariah 3:19. Behold, I will undo all that afflicted thee, and I will save her that hope.
And that's what we want to be wanting to save, man. Niggas think this is the cat, man. This is it. That's what niggas think this is, man. This devil got us wearing goddamn masks, man. Everywhere we go. This devil got all the people wearing masks, man. Same shit he used to put on us when we first came over here on cargo slave ships, man. So this is the cap. That's right, brother.
And the elite plan sound says, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you showed them.
Yeah, that's right, brother. Yup.
That just lets you know that our people rely on their oppressors. You know, until you put on that goddamn mask and take and social distance and all this shit, whatever. But our people don't question them. Our people don't take heed and actually do their research and say, hey, listen, wait a minute, why are we doing all this shit? Wait a minute, y'all causing all this. You know what I mean? You know, but our people they'd rather just rely on the media. You know. Our people are just gone, and then when you try to wake them up, you try to talk to them and try to, you know what I mean? Just uplift up, just tell them like, listen, man, this devil, he's deceiving us, but they're not trying to hear that.
Niggas be in their car with the AC on, with the mask on.
Right, good.
If I let you, yo, we just went to see my mother yesterday. Now she birthday. You know what I'm saying? So now Esau, COVID-19, whatever. She won't even allow me in her own home without a mask. And that's my mother. I came out of her womb. You know what I'm saying? My dad shot the sperm in her, but I came out of her womb. You won't let me in your house because a cracker said something? That's fucking crazy.
And that should be that the Lord said what? Your own family gonna give you up.
That's right.
That's right. And that's the times that we living in, because this is 2020, the year of prophecy, man. And the apostle Tahar never was wrong about what he said. Every year that he deemed the year to go down like that, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Hashem Echad B'dash, it happened just like that.
Mm-hmm. We came in like a roaring lion.
That's right.
And it ain't let up yet.
That's why Yahweh Shai said, let the dead bury the dead. That's in Yahweh Shai. You know, that's what that was talking about. You know, our people are just so far gone. They don't have a relationship with the Most High. They don't pray. A lot of people, our people don't even pray. And if they pray in the Chesed Bozier. You know? Or Allah and shit. You know?
Go ahead.
And will gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame. So like my voice a little more. Fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
Now how we gonna get fame? The Lord gonna raise us up, man. It says in the second day he will revive us, and the third day he's gonna raise us up. We entering into that third day, man.
Quick precept.
Come, go ahead.
This Deuteronomy 28:10. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they should be afraid of you.
Hey, Conker, that's the main thing. What our people don't realize, and that's why our people gonna get jacked up so bad. That's not even true, because we're stamped already. You know, we're stamped. We're stamped by who? Yahweh Shem Yahushua. His name is upon us. So that's why when we do certain things or go off, he quick to lay that hammer down, man. That's why if we take that chip. You know, if you take that chip, what's gonna happen? You're gonna be thrown into that. You gotta get that judgment, man. Because this devil wants to be like the Most High. Can somebody give me Isaiah 14 and Revelation 13:9? Not 13:9, 13 and 16. The mark of the beast. This devil wants to stamp you. Yo, he's mine. This ain't yours. You know, he's mine. And guess what? A lot of our people. It's going to be a point to where it's going to be mandatory enforced, but a lot of our people going to take it, man. A lot of these women out here, that's of our people going to take it. You know, John the Revelator seen it, man. He seen people lined up. I had a vision about it a while back, man. He seen people lined up taking that chip, man, at 7-Elevens, bro. I had a vision about that. It was people taking chips and said, hey, you got your chip? Oh, we got the chipping station right here at a 7-Eleven. You can't buy nothing, man. That's how real it's gonna get out here, man.
It's a movie made back in the 80s. They was riding around chipping people, and they also had guillotines on the back of pickup trucks.
They're gonna have mobile guillotines out for you niggas. Oh, you don't want the chip? All right, bring it. Apprehend him, bring the guillotine down, chop his head off, man.
That's right. That's right. You see now, you know how the government been using the COVID as a scapegoat to usher in draconian laws. You know, to take away the liberties that we provide. And now you see all these small businesses, a lot of them are going bankrupt. You know what I mean? And you have a lot of CEOs for franchise businesses that step down because they know what's coming in. But they're making the cash up. All these stores now are
You know?
Chime card.
Right, chime card.
Venmo.
PayPal. Yeah, Venmo.
Instant cash.
You know? Soon it's gonna be, hey, bro, you got your chip? You know? You got that out?
Yeah.
Let me see this sign right here. Go with the shine.
This is Revelations 13 and 16. And he caused all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
This is the mark it's talking about, right? The rock mark, right? The incision. And the Lord told us you ain't supposed to be doing shit like that. You ain't supposed to get no tattoos. You ain't supposed to have things inserted in your body. We're the temple of the Lord, man. You know? We ain't supposed to have things inserted in our body. And that's how you know, right, needles. And that's how you know this man's the devil. But the mark of the beast, Karagma, an incision, right? Hey, let's talk about the chip, man. The RFID chip. And guys ain't gotta believe it, whatever. You know? But we know through common sense, I'm gonna say through common sense. You know, it's common sense that this would be the mark of the beast, man. And then they doing that, them swabs for the COVID-19, putting that needle up your shit, man. They're trying to see how far that shit can go, so they can possibly put a chip in your shit, man. You think Esau gonna have people lined up? All right, well, you get the surgery for the chip? No, man. This devil is crafty. That's why the scripture says we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. This devil is a crafty ass man, man.
Subtile.
Yeah, he's real subtile. He's still the serpent that was in the garden. He's still that devil that deceived the whole world. He's fucking crafty, man. That's why you gotta be on your P's and Q's, man.
Hey, brother, if I may real quick, you got this robot, you know what I mean? That's how Esau's gonna try to show their miracles. You know, try to make it convenient. Oh, if your daughter get lost, here, take the chip, you can find her. Oh, here's a chip where, you know, because you won't be able to get medical attention if you don't got the chip. You won't be able to go travel on the planes and everything. And that's what the scripture said before all this was being brought up. So the scriptures is coming to life. But that's how they trying to be like the Most High, omnipresent. They want to be everywhere with their technology.
You know, they call it a detention center. When I was in school, detention mean, yo, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna take you to a detention center. You think you getting out? Hell no.
Yo, and if I may real fast, when you made mention of them sticking drawing up the nose to see how far they can get, they can very well do that to put a chip in your brain. That's
Hey, what did they show you on Total
forehead, right?
That's right. That's right. That's why they say in your forehead or on your right hand. Like the Apostle Tahar say, man, it don't matter where you get it.
Get in your ass.
Yeah. Just say you get it in your butt cheek, you still got the mark of the beast.
Hey, remember in Total Recall, he took that chip out of his head through his nose. Back in the 80s.
And if I may, as well, Salaki, but that's also like them becoming one with the enemy. You know, because what? It's like that chip is like, you know, in the lack of terms, like they're rod. Like they're becoming one, they joining together. We are becoming one with the Most High. You know what I mean? So,
And really fast, you got simple of our people that thinking that they can just take the chip and use it for, you know what I'm saying, the benefits, then take it out. And the Lord's gonna be all right with it. It's not gonna be that easy, man. And it has a bonding system that actually binds to your actual skin, so it ain't gonna be an easy thing just to pop it out once it's in, you know?
You're gonna have to have a surgeon with a scalpel right on his back.
Like I say, woe to them that go to Egypt for help, man.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's destruction. Woe is destruction. So if you get that chip, you're not trusting in the Most High. So you're going to Egypt for help. Which Egypt is your modern day America. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
that, Isaiah 31. Let this brother continue on with that.
This is verse 17.
Got something to
And that no man might buy or sell. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell.
That means that.
One day you gonna wake up to a store, they gonna be like, you got a chip?
You ain't gonna be like, yeah, it's on my car. They're gonna be like, nah, not that one. You know, we got some new technology. You got a chip. If you don't got that, then it's a chipping station over there. Get one. This is the new norm for this place, man. Until the Lord come back.
Save he that had the mark.
You ain't gonna be able to get your Pampers for your kids. You ain't gonna be able to get your wipes. You ain't gonna be able to get your lobster dinner unless you got that chip, man.
Hey, man.
Nah, you ain't gonna be able to pay rent, man. That's why the Lord said we is pilgrims on the earth, man, because we coming to a time where we're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to move constantly, man. Yeah, con. But guess what? The Lord gonna look out for us. We gonna eat. We gonna drink, man. Right. Until the Lord come back and physically deliver us out of this place, man.
Like the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1, when it tells you it's the time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's the season. So right now, the season is the time to be serious. The time to get the fuck up out of here, mentally and spiritually.
And with all this going on, all people over here, you know, all these little things and shit, like, ain't shit going on. Like, what y'all doing?
That's why they gonna get fucked
The enemy is at the door. He got his foot like this, and you trying to close it. He got his foot in there, like.
Hey, that's why in Matthew it said, "As the days of Noah, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." They're eating, marrying, giving into marriage. They talking about, oh, I can't wait till things open back, so I could go clubbing. That's where their mind is at. You know what I mean? They're not seeing beyond the matrix. This is all an illusion. You know, this is all like a testing zone. You know what I mean?
And then I got a piece of let him get that in the judgment, and you get your piece up. I'm gonna let another brother come on.
Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, the number of his name, because that chip is gonna have what? It's gonna have a basic, like you got a social security card. You know, it's gonna have a number. It's gonna be basically a number. You know, like you might be number 23756. That's you. You know, police pull you over. What's your chip code? You might have to have that fucking ID when the police pull you over type shit. You know?
Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man.
Brandon, man. That's going to be a Brandon.
Right.
And his number is 666.
That's stigmatic, man. You know? Brother, get the judgment real quick for Child 14.
Yo, if I may, brother. Like the brother said, I got a good point on that. His number is 600, 3 score 6. George Joseph. Alright. He said his number is 603 score 6, right? So this George Joseph Lawrence III was an American engineer for IBM at Research Triangle Park in North Carolina. So basically what this dude did, he invented the universal code, which is an Edomite, George Joseph Lawrence. And when you break down his name, George, George is 6 letters, Joseph is 6 letters, and Laura, L-A-U-R-E-R, that's 6 letters. And he actually invented the universal barcode. So like you can't get up, you can't get around that. Right. That's why it says it's the number of the man. You know what I'm saying?
And also, you made a good point when you said they branded. Back then, the Greek, the Romans, they used to brand our people when they escaped. They used to burn their skin, you know? So that way they know, all right, he's from over there. That's it, the slave owners. That's such and such slave. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, yo, didn't they do that on the plantations too? Then to back that up. Like our people, when they join all these sororities and all that, they brand themselves. That's right. Kappa Lambda, whatever. That's the Greek thing. So when you brand yourself, you're giving yourself over, saying you belong to that sorority, or you belong to that people. So if you get the mark of the beast, you're saying that you belong to Esau.
Ain't no nigga branding me with no hot ass brand, bro. Ain't no nigga branding me with that.
I got a piece of it.
They brand cabin to let you know who owns that cabin.
That's right. What the elite sleepers, man.
That's right, brother.
You know that, and we're slaves, man.
That's right.
We are slaves. We're in captivity. That's why and that's why the Lord said He's gonna reverse it. Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead.
That's not talking about Project Blue Beam Man in the Sky. That's talking about this chip, man. Worship the beast or his image, you know? The beast represents what? This infrastructure, man. You know?
Or in his hand.
Or in his hand. That's talking about the mark of the beast, man. That's not Christianity. That's not John 3:16, man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get John 3:16 tatted on me. You know? That's not what that's talking about, man. That's talking about an actual mark, man. In.
Or like in Isaiah, mark them.
And that's not talking about mark of exemption either. You got certain dudes that be like, I'm talking about the what, man? You know? Let's talk about that. You know, the same mark in Ezekiel 9 is the same. No, that's not talking about that, man. We're talking about an actual physical mark, man.
Right.
Lord put it out really fast, so Lord put it basically so blatant, going down to the stigmata, the delivery system of the chip, which is the body. So you know, there's no way around it.
And yo, for all them other different groups that don't teach that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, you're full of shit. And there's no dancing around it. Like I was listening to Zabak and he was like, oh brother, nah, I told him not to get it, brother, this, that. And he went into this whole spill on a video that he did, but he tried to use different marks, but he never broke down what mark he was talking about. Right? You know what I'm saying? So that's a stumbling block for the younger people coming into this, man.
Yeah, Karagma.
If you're not talking about the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, you're full of shit, man.
Huh.
That's right. And you need to get the fuck out of here.
That's right. There ain't no tap dancing around that, man. That's what a lot of dudes do. Well, it could be or it could not, but you know, I'm gonna tell them not to get it, but I don't really believe. So what the hell the mark gonna be, man?
Right.
We get right. And this man been putting that in movies like Demolition Man.
And if the RFID chip not the mark of the beast, it's okay to take it because it's not sin.
That's right.
So why the fuck you telling people not to take it?
Right.
You know, then you'll probably say, oh, because it's in the city in the air. Look, if a new currency, like if everything went with the car, the chip is in our car. It's not a sin to have a chip on the car. So if this is new money, plastic, okay, fine, we all gonna deal with it because there's no sin there. So if the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast, and this is the new way to survive, you'd be a damn fool if there's no sin there. Not to deal with it, not to take it, you'll be a fucking fool. Like when food stamps went from the monopoly money to the card, they cut the system off. You can't go in like, nah, I want this car, I want a family first car, I want the paper, fucking colorful paper.
Monopoly joint.
Food stamps. I don't want this shit. What is y'all doing? You had to comply to their new system. Now, if the Lord said you take plastic cars and to buy things with, I'ma kill you. Now you know that's your stopping point. But if it ain't no stopping point there, why not take the RFID microchip?
Right, because it's not the mark of the beast.
It's not the mark of the beast. Even if it wasn't an incision, nah, that's because you're sticking something in, you don't do it. But there's plenty of people with tattoos already. So it's like, well, I got hella tats. I'm gonna just take this, maybe the Lord will have mercy, because the Lord said there's no mercy if you take the chip. So if you're saying it's not the mark of the beast, the average person will be like, why not deal with it? Why not take it? You know what I'm saying? There's no harsh judgment on dealing with it because this is not the mark of the beast. So why not take it? You know?
This is Revelation 14:10. The same shall drink of the wine of wrath of Yahweh.
Yeah, what's the wine of the wrath of the Lord, man? Coming soon. You know? It's talking about World War III, but that mushroom cloud that Isaiah talking about, this is what's coming soon to America. This is the wine of the wrath of the Lord, man. That thermonuclear destruction. You got from the church. Yeah, God, and Bob from the church. You got niggas talking about the thermonuclear destruction in the scripture, man. What else gonna destroy this place, man? When you fly on that plane, you looking like far back, man. It ain't nothing else that gonna destroy this place, right? And then you got these heathen nations with these missiles. You got Putin. Putin got a missile called the Satan II, man. You know?
They said it could wipe out the whole state of Texas or France. Because France the size of Texas.
Then you also have the nation destroyed.
And then you probably don't even got one of them. That's like you create this fancy ass bullet, but you don't even know one of them. You're like, hey man, niggas, you go on them shit. My shit holds 17.
Hey, that's why
I don't need one.
That's why Esau be
Make
so
me a few clips of them shits.
Hey, how else is this place gonna go down in 1 hour?
That's right. Hey, that's why Esau is so threatened at these nations, man, because they like, yo, y'all not putting y'all money into agriculture no more. Y'all got what? Putin got what? Oh, hell nah. You know, that's why this double moving so fast, man. He know his time is near, man.
Oh, this is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Yeah, God, this war is going to be with burning and fuel of fire, man. Thermonuclear destruction, man. All right. They got a little more. Well, now that was it.
And that's why the Lord sets the bow in the sky, man, to let us know. And if you spiritual, you know, like, all right, the Lord ain't gonna flood the earth no more. That's why that rainbow in the sky. Yeah. Right. Yo, I'm about to burn this shit though. You know. And that's not talking about the whole earth. The whole earth gonna be destroyed. No, it's not talking about it. We're just talking about specific parts of the earth. Mainly this place.
It says every battle is with confused noise. So when you in a battle, it's a bunch of different sounds you hear. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, like ching, 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 all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And garments are with blood and all that, man. So the Lord this time, yo, this gonna be the heaviest destruction you ever saw in your life. You know?
Hey, to back you up real quick, like it says in Hebrews, because you mentioned about the water. And when we see the rainbow, that's how, that's the promise that He made to, us. Real short, if I could bring this up, to back that point up, to bring it to life. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 6, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word are kept in store, preserved unto fire.
So the Lord got this place specifically preserved.
Reservations.
Yeah.
He made reservations.
Golden Cup.
Go get your time. Your cars all over there in our land, man.
That's right.
And fire is a laser agent. So it's like, before we even go back to our land, that shit gotta be cleansed, man. You got them goddamn cars over there. Doing the kosher pork.
Yeah,
the
Pink City, Tel Aviv.
Shit, yeah, tell it. They hold the biggest faggot parades over there.
Pink City.
And then also too, they gotta import and export out trees and stuff like that because that land is cursed because we're not in there.
That's right.
The Lord said in Ezekiel the 36th chapter that He was gonna remove the heathen out of there and bring us back in that land.
That's right.
So our land, when we get in there, it's gonna yield its full increase when the right people are in the place.
That's right, brother.
And the Lord is so cold with it. When you look at like the dynamics of a thermonuclear missile, it's not a regular fire. Right. It breaks down and actually works with the elements, and it makes a fire that's actually hotter than a regular flame. That's why when you go into, I think it's Peter talks about the elements melting.
Yeah.
Regular fire, with fervent
heat. That's a spiritual power, man.
Yeah.
Heat. Fire got to get up to a certain point for things to melt and destroy. You use the same technology basically to destroy the side of the world.
That's a beautiful point. Because when they was they actually did some research on, like they found Sodom and Gomorrah with the sulfur and all that. They was like, damn, where have we saw this type of heat before? You know what I'm saying? So the angels, and then the Lord, that's how you know He said, I created the smith that burned that blew off the coal. So the Lord gave Esau that technology, put it into a nuclear warhead to destroy this place. You know what I'm saying? Along with the angels coming in, bring the thunder.
Right. So my wife's still there. That's right. She's still that pillar of salt, man. So imagine this heat, the same heat that's coming out of those chariots. When they start blasting people, guess what? That's the same heat that's going to touch this place. That's right.
Malachi 4.
That's how much the Lord hates this place. Because He ordained America from the beginning of time to be destruction. That's sight.
Revelations 14:10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh.
You gonna drink that cup, you gonna swallow that shit, man. Pour it out without mixing it. You ain't mixing Jack and Coke together, man. You gonna get that shit straight up, and you ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it, man. The Lord is, look, man, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man, are the ultimate hitman. You wanna talk about, the Godfather, man, he a hit. Man, you know the power that we serve, man, is the ultimate hitman. You wanna talk about 1,000 ways to die, man? You can't even fathom the ways that the Lord can have you get put to death, man. You can choke on a piece of corn, man.
Damn.
They be like, how'd he die? He choked on corn? A little piece, you know? Right, he died in his sleep, man.
And that shit would be brutal.
Yeah, it'll be brutal, man.
Painful as hell.
Because the Lord, the Lord will have you die like a lot of our people, like that movie, what's that movie called? Damn, Soul Food, man. Big Mama. Right, Big Mama, why she died, man? Look at all them goddamn abominations they had on that table, man. That slave plantation food, man. She had to get her leg cut off. And them niggas still didn't learn. When she got put to death, man, they still didn't learn. They were still in memory of Big Mama, like.
And the daughters carry on the tradition. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She taught them how to cook it. Right now they feeding it up to the rest of the people.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? They killing us slowly.
And then call it hereditary.
Soul food, that shit killing the hell out of you.
And most of y'all people, because you see Esau trying to be healthy, Whole Foods, but what's in the hood? Popeyes, Burger King, shit that'll kill you quick. And the moment guys at the hospital, you make first money over our people.
And it all goes back to my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because there's so much different shit you could use to season your food. You could season your shit with liquor, beer, wine. You don't always gotta use. You could use salt. Then you got Himalayan salt. You got kosher salt. But our people like to use that salt with that bitch with the umbrella on the box. You know what I mean? That shit will kill you, man. And you got different things to sweeten your shit. You got honey. You know what I mean? You got molasses. You got sugar cane. You got cinnamon. You got different things for a sweetener. Like fried foods. Fried foods is not bad for you. It's just what you fry it in. Fry your shit in some olive oil or some coconut oil instead of that fucking that Crisco bullshit, man.
That 1, 2, 3, that hood oil, that 1, 2, 3.
And Jay act like, you know, you could get a thing of olive oil, you know, a nice size one for probably $25, $30, man, and fry your chicken up. You know what I'm saying? But Jay act cheap when it comes to their food, but they want to be expensive when it comes to their clothes. Our people got their fucking priorities fucked up, man. You got on $500 shoes, but you feeding your kids fucking oodles and noodles.
Kool-Aid.
And drinking fucking Kool-Aid, man, but want to cry broke, man. Get your fucking priorities straight, man.
And it's no price on your health. Like I remember one time I had a little bit of black seed oil left over. So I fried a steak in that shit. And that shit was fucking crazy. I said, God damn, let me try this shit. And I didn't need that much. I just poured a little bit, hit the pan, bang. That shit was phenomenal. So it's no price that you can put on your health.
Hold your safety.
That's right, bro. I'm gonna let this brother get this out and I'm gonna let him go.
You wanna come up?
Revelation 14:10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh.
That's what's all coming on this list.
Which is poured out without mixture.
Poured out without mixture, man. You know, like I said, right, you ain't getting no Jack and Coke with this shit, you know. And that's not talking about wine, it's talking about as far as, basically.
It's full force.
Right, it's gonna be full force, man.
And it's perfection.
It ain't gonna, the Lord ain't gonna hold back, man. You know? Pour it out without mixture, that means you're gonna feel all this, man.
It ain't gonna be no ice in that cup.
Right. Ain't gonna be nothing to cool you down. The Lord gonna have to be the one to cool you down, man.
Which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Yeah, indignation means righteous anger.
Say what?
And the Lord, whenever he puts judgment out,
Man of Valor.
South Carolina. can't tell
Upstate
that
by.
the creator that,
Yeah,
why you gonna burn us? That's wrong. That's righteous judgment, man. You don't know what you did to the Lord, man. The Lord is the one that gave us the emotions we got, man. You don't know what you did to the Lord. And the Lord was hella mad at Israel, man. He's still mad at these 2/3, but guess what? You know, hey, pour out with the mission.
And to the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone.
You gonna feel all of that, man. Fire and brimstone, man. The same heat, Sodom and Gomorrah, man. The Lord just put it in missile form, man. Because the Lord in Sodom and Gomorrah, he just broke the elements down and had fire rain down, man. And guess what? He using the heathens, man. He's sitting back and just watching and playing chess, man, and watching the dots connect, man. That's all he doing.
Yo, if I may, brother, me and this brother was watching it was like a little quick, like, skit, whatever, but it was called God. And the Lord, well, basically it was like the Lord, and he seen the people standing, so he's like, yeah, send the fire. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, the one dude, he was trying to do something that was wrong. He's like, yo, I didn't tell him to do that. I ain't do this. Nah, destroy it. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, the Lord, yo, he does all those things himself. Now, people ain't gonna believe it till they see it. That's right. They don't think shit stinks, they smell it.
Now, this is Mark chapter 13 and verse 24. But in those days after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall fall.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a war with that big chariot out here, man. Two times bigger than the earth, man. That's gonna block out everything, man. You know?
And the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah, and Christians think like it's just gonna be an eclipse over the whole sky, and then Satan gonna come out of the bottomless pit, and it's gonna be dark. You know, that's what Christians think, man. You know?
And the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken.
Yep, and that's talking about this earth and this rulership, man. The powers of the heaven shall be shaken, man. Once those missiles hit, the impact is like the scripture saying, I think it's Isaiah 24, it's gonna have the earth about to flow like a trumpet. That's right.
And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory.
That's really gonna put they see a huge I ain't gonna say black. People like to be black. Melanated man, alright? Started with an afro, you know? And then coming in like Israelite man, coming in his full power, that's really gonna shake people up because that's what you call something that's supernatural. That's the supernatural. That's out of the norm. You know? People ain't seen that on this side, but they about to know.
It's like, there goes the neighborhood.
All eyes shall see you. Right?
Yep. Con. Next brother that's gonna step up.
Hard one.
Can I bring out
Yeah, go bring up the chat.
It's a capital M-E-N, capital O.
And this shall be the plan wherewith the Lord.
Yeah, it's all together. It's a capital O, lowercase f, and then it's a lowercase v, A, L, O, R,
and their tongue shall
capital
consume
U.
in their mouth.
Yeah, it's all together.
Terminator. When you see Sarah
It's a capital U,
Upstate.
upstate,
Elite, they understand the prophecies, and they don't always
and then
use it as
space,
inspiration for their movements.
capital B and capital A.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day. You know, where they kind of illustrate this end time prophecy, where she's holding on
Matter
to
of
that
fact,
face, and her
you
whole
can let me
face-
type it in.
Her whole face
Yeah.
melts.
Let me see.
And the eyeballs consume away and they
Oh,
suck.
I forgot to put
You know, and it's only one type of heat. Get Malachi 4:1 real quick. It's only one type of heat that can do that, you know? Because the scriptures is about to bring out, you know, describe the day that's gonna come, right? And when a lot of our people think of an oven, what's the maximum
right
heat
here.
on an oven? What? Oil? Roughly 500 degrees. You know, a lot of these crematories, the heat has to exceed, you know, 2,000 degrees Celsius to even turn that body into powder, right? So when they say that day shall come that'll burn in the oven, a lot of us has got burned from an oven, right? And it's not gonna make your skin melt. You know, you get a first degree burn.
It's a different heat. If you go into the word Adam, A means not, and Tom is divide, like not divide. Because when you split the smallest shit burned all the way down, but it still be pieces of it left. Right.
One of y'all brothers could hold the camera for me.
So, this is a different type of fire that's going to burn
The water, bro.
back. So, aluminum, all the elements that are up. And you gotta think, aluminum is a conductor of heat. Right? You put some bread in the oven, you can grab that aluminum for you, and it won't be hot. And you take the bread and you eat it. You're like, y'all want to touch that? Yeah, because aluminum is a conductor of heat. That's right. But the type of heat that's now, I actually see it under the proper oven. Aluminum can actually get hot. But you got to think, something is coming that's going to melt aluminum. You are like, God damn, that's hot. Like to melt aluminum. That's some hot shit, bro.
It's gonna be crazy fire because once you get to a certain degree or say the oven is hot enough, you don't even feel the burn until after. And the Lord's gonna have where basically your skin is gonna melt away. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it spiritually. You know what I'm saying? That burn is gonna hit your soul. You know what I'm saying? That's right.
That's why the scriptures say.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures say that day will come that will burn like an oven.
No, you can bring it out, whoever holds it.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
That burning is going to be by way of thermonuclear annihilation. These so-called intercontinental ballistic missiles. They send in the silos right now. Waiting for the Most High to put the inspiration on these different kings to hit that button, right? These missiles not going to be put in a silo for us to, in a museum to show the children, 100 years ago, like a lot of these weapons of war, you know what I mean? And this thermonuclear annihilation, the ICBMs, that's intercontinental ballistic missiles. The brother was referencing the Satan II missiles, that Russia has, and these other countries, they're constantly enhancing their military weaponry. They're getting missiles that could go underwater, that can't be detected, and they understand that their military prowess has surpassed America. Right, because at one point, America had the atom bomb, they dropped it on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and you get to see the effects of that now. But these other people in their countries, they have billboards of propaganda reminding their people what happened to them, showing little girls with their face melted off. Why? Because they want to rouse them up to let you know that, hey, you still have enemies and we're in a time of war. Unlike in America, where a lot of our people have been indoctrinated to forgive this damn devil. But they have a military parade in their countries, and everybody is coming out because we're in a time of war.
That's right.
It's like here in the confines of Babylon, they want us to bend our knee. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it's going to be a massive military draft. And all of the allies that America has at this present time, they're going to turn on this bitch. Why? Because this is that great merchant city written of in the book of Revelation. Right?
If I may, brother, that's also a Masonic sign too. When you get down and bow on one knee. But in the scriptures it tells you every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. So basically they getting in the spirit of every knee bowing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Yahweh Shah about to come back.
Because at one point when they had the national anthem, the players were in the locker room.
That's right, brother.
You know what I'm saying? But then they made it mandatory because a lot of these sports franchises are funded by the government. So they could push that propaganda. And in a time of war, they want people to be on that war vibration. They want you to be patriotic to your enemy's flag.
That's right, brother.
Right? But the Lord's people, they elect, guess what? We don't have no continuous city here. And we are hastening the day that destruction is going to come. Right? Bring it up. Oh, hold on. Let this brother bring it up.
Hey, and also, too, they got they missile technology to where if they shoot missiles from another place to another place, say, this place shooting, that place shooting, they got missiles that zigzag.
Yeah, that's right.
Go up and down and dodge.
And everyone knows that America's, at one point, they can intimidate these other countries into following their way, right? Drinking their wine. But now the weak are saying I'm strong, and that's all by the inspiration of the Most High, right? He is the Most High God of hosts.
That's right, brother.
He's the man of war that's written in Exodus 15:3, right? And that's one attribute of the Lord's people. We are warrior class people, right? And that's the time that we're in, and that's the vibration that the elect are in this present time.
One to show you how bad the Lord is, they got a missile, a regular missile, and a nuclear missile called the bunker buster.
Woo! The bunker buster.
This Wikipedia. A bunker buster is a type of munition that is designed to penetrate hardened targets or targets buried deep underground, such as military bunkers.
You see that?
So basically, the missile hit and start digging underground and drop the warhead and blow your ass up out of there. So a lot of you crackers that got them dumbs, deep underground military bunkers, and you got these hideouts underground, there ain't no way you can hide. He got missiles that's designed to dig underground and blast your ass to hell underground, man.
That's right. At one point, these nations feared America. But now they are encroaching America's airspace, right? They're encroaching the waterways, like tempting them. Because at one point they were terrified. Where America would drop a bomb on them, put tariffs on them, right? But now they understand that America doesn't have that might that it once had, right?
Yo, you seen the one video with I believe it was Iraq, and they was like, it was the Navy was floating through. Then you had two ships taunting them on both sides.
That's right.
But they was the Iranians, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we don't give a fuck about y'all. Right. They slid up on their ass. Like, yo, we can go down anytime. Y'all in our hood, basically, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, and America understands that these other countries are advancing on them. And guess what? It's nothing they can do about it.
That's right, bro.
That's why the scriptures say, let the weak say I am strong.
Come on, brother.
And real fast as a prophecy, Jeremiah around the 51st chapter, basically talk about the hammer of the earth being broken asunder.
There you go, brother.
The hammer of the earth was once America, but now that power is transferring into these other nations because most of this New World Order is basically about the next power of the earth now. China's in the running, Russia and all these other countries, they think they have a spot now to take over America.
Well,
as being the power of
the next power.
But the spot is going to be given to Israel. Yep. Us. You know?
Yo, you can bring up what you got, bro.
Yeah, I got this. I also got that.
Whichever one you bring up, bring it up.
All right. Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 9, verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. I heard the number of them.
That's 2 million missiles, right? Being shot off from these allied countries. And they're going to hit America in their perfection because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is going to be in those missiles.
That's right.
Right? God, and they're going to hit their mark. Right? And in Isaiah 13, America is not going to be inhabited after this thermonuclear annihilation because the scriptures say the earth is going to abide forever. Right? But go ahead and get Isaiah 13 and 14 so we can bring out what Babylon is going to be. Right? After this thermonuclear annihilation. Right? Somebody can hold that. You got that Mark 13:24? Bring it up.
This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse number 14. It says, and it shall be as the chase road and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land.
Drop down to 20.
Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Hey, the earth and the fullness thereof was made for the Israelites. So the Most High is not going to destroy the paradise that He made for us. And guess what? Our boundary is going to extend into other, galaxies because it says in our Father's house there are many mansions. Heaven is His throne and earth is His footstool. So in our Father's house, we're going to be given those glorified bodies. But we can move around a little bit. But as far as the earth is concerned, it's always going to be here. But as far as Babylon, go ahead and bring this out one more time.
All right, it says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tents there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures.
Doleful creatures, right? Just like in Chernobyl, all that radiation, they had to evacuate it, but you still have wolves there. That, you know what I'm saying, massive size, because that exposure to the radiation over time has changed their whole anatomy, right? Newly created creatures, right, are gonna be here, right? It's not gonna be commerce, it's not gonna be cars driving, similar to that Will Smith movie. I Am Legend. You will see how the vegetation begins to come through the cracks. You know what I'm saying? And everything comes back to its natural state. But because of all the radiation that is here, guess what? It's going to be newly created creatures, right? That are going to inhabit this place. Go ahead.
They actually got a scripture. I think it's in Revelation. It talks about the Lord gathering the birds for a feast. You know?
That's right.
No, they shall eat upon their carcasses.
Right. And you know, this place is basically going to be inhabited by roaches, you know, things that are bottom feeders, stuff like that, you know, and stuff like that, you know.
It says, and owls shall dwell there.
And owls shall dwell in this place. Go ahead.
And satyrs
right,
shall dance there.
Satire is like a spirit, like an apparition, right?
No, I think that's going to like a wild type.
All right, Salakia, like a wild goat. Go ahead.
It says, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses.
And their desolate, America is going to be made desolate. But guess what? The earth will abide forever. Right? The Most High created this for us.
That's
right. Somebody get 2 Ezra 6 and 56.
If I may, brother, because you got a lot of people, when they talk about the end of the world, they think the whole goddamn world going to blow up. And the Lord going to, you know, create a new world or whatever.
Right.
It's just the end of a man's system and the beginning of another kingdom to come, which is the kingdom of Israel, man.
That word world, that's the aeon.
That's right, brother.
Age, new rulership.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother.
So it says,
Salakia, bro.
And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be so long.
Hey, her time is near to come. Like the brother Ra Amav mentioned, that reservations have been made, right? The Most High made reservations, and guess what? When that time comes, you know, when his time comes, like it says in Ecclesiastes 3, to everything there's a season. America is, you had the 50s, you know, where they strength was burned, you know, make America great again. They want to go back to that era.
That's
but
right.
America is falling, right? Babylon, the great is falling.
That's right, brother.
The cage of every hateful creature.
That's right.
Every hateful creature, hateful bird. You know, any brother get that in Revelation 13.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. All the unclean spirits throughout our sub-Saharan slave trade, our Syrian slave trade. That's why this is a melting pot where all nations are represented here. Why? Because they all gonna catch a lot of their judgment here. Yeah, Khan, the satire that's written of in Isaiah 13 and 20 is a wild goat. Come read up.
This is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12.
Come.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouths.
That's right.
When people think of a plague, you think of a disease, the West Nile virus, the bubonic plague, but this is talking about thermonuclear annihilation, right? This is gonna be that cherry on top, right? It says that he's gonna hit Egypt with plagues as before, right? The old Egypt, all of those plagues, those 10 plagues that brought them down, they're gonna visit America. The coronavirus, it's just a plague, right? What else happened in Egypt? The livestock, the food supply got contaminated. What's going on right now? You know, 1 million pigs got to be slaughtered. They're emptying out milk, right? The conditions of famine, right? Because that is a plague that is written as well, right?
And yo, if you control the food source, you control the people.
That's right.
And that's why Esau wants you to have to run it in for everything.
And that's why
you know what
they
I'm saying?
can't farm,
Yeah, cut. So that's a cut, Salakia, bro.
And whether Esau give us access to his seed dispensaries, right, or teach us in the school curriculum how to grow and cultivate the land, they'd rather give you food stamps. Just come to us.
That's right.
And we want you dependent on us because we don't want you with the knowledge of being able to do this yourself. Because that's sovereignty.
Yeah, and that when I remember wood shop class, that used to teach men how to do like manly shit.
Yeah,
right. The woman you had home ec.
Yo,
right.
come.
They even got rid of that.
Yeah,
that was at least teaching our women to be feminine.
That's right.
So that home ec class, how to make biscuits and cook and shit, that was putting that
crepes, all that shit.
A feminine vibe on it.
Iron.
Right. And that home ec, wood shop for the boys, you know, you with this working with the hammer and shit. That was Esau got rid of all that shit.
And they got rid of that and they replaced it with that sex education shit. That
Yo,
sex
cunt.
education
That's
bullshit.
right, brother.
You know what I'm saying? And how to teach men to be kind to another man and rubbing up all his ass and everything else, you know what I'm saying?
Now they're incorporating that into the curriculum without the parents' consent.
That's right.
You know?
Yo,
that's
and
that's the reason why this place is gonna be destroyed.
Hey, the Ghana brothers was bringing out. I was together with the Ghana brothers. They said when they was in school, they had to watch a homosexual video, and you couldn't ignore it because she was giving like a ditto on it, and you had to like answer the ditto, or you felt like you fucked your grade up and all of that. You was forced to watch it.
That's crazy.
That's right. And everybody passed the class.
Then they got the
Nobody feel that shit.
cunt, they got transgenderism. They want to teach that.
That is
Like, you know what I mean? Now they incorporate that into the sex education as well.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
They suspending kids at school for not wanting to be a part of them programs, man.
Hey, somebody real quick.
Right? Because that's seduction on a grand level. They know that the Lord's people, the way that they get taken out of power is just returning to righteousness. Right? They don't push this on these other nations because them and all that devilishment is like a hand in a glove. But they really come after the Lord's people, right? And they want to seduce them with their lifestyle and make it as if it's acceptable from an early age, right? You can bring this out, Proverbs.
All right, this Proverbs chapter 12, verse 24. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule.
Proverbs 12 and 26.
Oh, 12 and 26. This Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Jeremiah 2 and 21 lets you know the Most High planted us a noble branch, but now we are, a degenerate vine, right? Because when we follow these other nations and we aspire to be influenced by them, we're degenerates, right? But that seduction, bring this out one more time, brother.
And the word degenerate, right? When somebody call you a degenerate, it means you a piece of shit. Jake has Big Cane low, but the word degenerate, when you D means against, like defrost something, you degrade somebody, D means against, and generate comes from the word gene. And who carried the gene? The Father. So when the Lord said you became a degenerate, he's just saying you are going against your ways of your forefathers.
That's right.
You are going against one who goes against his ancestral ways. Esau's not a degenerate because Esau is doing the shit his forefathers was doing.
It's natural to them.
Niggas are degenerate because the way we living and the way we behaving and acting is against how King David moved, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are going against the ways of our forefathers. Now, if Esau was to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, he would be considered a degenerate. One who goes against the ancestral ways.
Right, against your generation, your
against your gene. And who carries the gene? The man, the father. One who goes against the ways of their forefathers. Y'all niggas in Christianity, that's not the ways of our forefathers.
That's right.
Y'all niggas in Islam, you eating pork, you gangbanging and shit. That's not the ways of our forefathers, man. This, what we doing here, is the ways of our forefathers. And if you're not doing this and taking on the customs of the heathens, you are a fucking degenerate.
That's right.
That's the actual meaning of that word.
That's
but
right.
A lot of people use it as you a piece of shit. It doesn't mean that.
I got a scripture real quick. Going into what Mahar was talking about like how this devil be setting us up. And these devils basically know that if we, sin against our power, they get a chance to rule. But this is Judith chapter 5, verse 17. And whilst they sinned, not before their power, they prospered, because the power that hated iniquity was with them, which is Yahweh. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, They were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by their enemies. But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are scattered, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, verse 20, now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in his people, and our error is sin,
Right.
and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
See, so it's advantageous for them to invest in us going off. You know, you have a whole industry of rap. You know, at one point it was conscious, but they promote us, you know, giving a message that's contrary to coming back into righteousness.
Put pork in everything.
Put pork in everything. You know what I'm saying? Put people in high places of influence that are degenerate, right? To deceive the masses. And our people don't want to be separate. That's the main thing. Our people, that's one of the main ways that we are in this lower state. Because we always want to cleave on to other nations. Zephaniah 2 says, gather yourself together, O nation I desire. Right, you can bring this out real quick.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
Be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness?
That's right.
And what communion have light with darkness?
That's right. They sin is transgressing the laws, and Leviticus 19 lets you know that Moses was given the law, and that audience that he was telling to follow the laws was the Israelites. So we're the only ones that can't sin. That's why you see the gooks, they can eat pork all day. Don't gain weight, never catch gout, high blood pressure, diabetes, but let a nigga eat pork. Why? Because we're under the law, right? The Most High said that he don't even recognize these other nations. They're like spittle, gum on the bottom of his fucking shoe. But our people don't believe that the Most High loves us that much, that he'll give us a law so that this could be our wisdom in the sight of the nations. Like it's saying Deuteronomy 4 and 5, our people don't want to be great. They want to always assimilate to the way of the people around us, right?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
For all your iniquities, right? Our people have a covenant and a relationship with the Most High. He made the covenants with our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hey, and the water that he's not a man that he shall lie. Because nothing will disannul that, right? And we're going to be elevated. Why? Because he's going to get his praise through us. We're his memorial, right? We're his monument. So when we get elevated, just like he was saying, in the place where we were put to shame, we're going to get fame. Not so we could get the glory, but so he can get the glory through us.
That's right, brother.
Right?
I got a precept. It's Psalms 140, 149, and well, so like 147 and 19.
I get Romans 9. No, hold that. Oh, get Romans 9.
It's Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Hey, the Most High only knows and recognizes the house of Israel, right? This from your respective tribe, right? This is who the Lord's people are, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid and Indian descent, right? This ain't an all-black thing, right? Because the Lord's people are scattered in every land, speaking every tongue. So at this time, guess what? The Lord is going to draw his people out of all these lands, right? Through his word. That's what's going to draw the Lord's people in, right? You can bring us out of Romans 9. Oh, you got a little more on that. Go ahead. Drop down to 20.
That was it. That was the last verse.
That's Romans 9 and 1.
Right, it's Romans chapter 9. I say the truth, in Yahweh Shah Mashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were
were accursed from Yahweh Shah Mashiach, from my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to pertain of the adoption, and the glory, and the covenant, and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahweh, and the promises.
Con. Hey, that's what pertains to the Israelites. Go over that last precept one more time.
All right.
Take it.
Who are Israelites, to whom pertain of the adoption, and the glory, and the covenant, and the giving of the law.
The giving of the law. Right? These heathen, like it says in Psalms 15:16. Right? What do the wicked have to do to declare these statutes? You got motherfuckers like Billy Graham, Oral Roberts, these white men, these televangelists. People looking to them as though they have the knowledge of the scriptures. They listening to their money, they support their ministries when it's only given to the Israelites, right? To administer this law to the nation. That's been given to us. Go ahead.
Hey, this is the back to my brother up. This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. And the law was only given to the Israelites, so only Israelites can sin.
That's why judgment must begin in the house of Israel in 1 Peter 4:17. The Most High has a special relationship with us. Hey, you can bring out that Isaiah 40 and 50.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as the small dust of the balance.
Hey, you only have I known. And when he's talking about the nation, that's the other 17 nations that come out of Adam. Right? Somebody hold 2 Ezra 6:56. Go ahead.
Behold, you taketh up the isles as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for burnt offering.
That's right.
Verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing in vanity.
Less than nothing in vanity. But the church will tell you, for God so loved the world. But that world that he came to save is Israel, right? Isaiah 45 and 17 cuts all of that. World without end is us, right? And it says, for God so loved the world, that word is cosmos, right? The Most High doesn't give a damn about these other nations, but we're going to continue to elaborate on that point. 2 Ezra 6 and 56, you can bring it out if you got it. 2 Ezra 6 and 56. 6 and 56.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle.
Bring it out from the top one more time, Bible.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam.
Hey, as for the other people that also come out of Adam. Because everybody will always say, we all come from Adam, right? That's what we can agree upon post-flood. Right? We all come from Adam. But as for the other people that come from Adam, the other 17 nations that are not a part of the house of Israel, go ahead.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
Thou hast said that they are what?
They are nothing.
Go ahead.
But be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Hey, just picture our power hawking and looking and spit. That's what he looks at the nation as. Right? Why do you think he poured out his indignation on us? Right? Because he gave us his law. This is supposed to be our wisdom in the sight of the nations. And he made a covenant with us. Right? Deuteronomy 28, in the 15th verse on down, he said, if you don't follow my covenant, hey, that's why our people are marching right now. Right? Asking the so-called white man for a lighter affliction. Right? Because guess what? That cup of indignation that the Most High poured out into them, hey, they haven't laid to heart. That is because they transgressed the law, statutes, and commandments.
If I may, brother, if I may real fast, it also says in the scriptures, it says, blessed is he who the Lord correcteth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if the Lord is correcting you, that means he loves you.
That's right.
If he just letting you run around, do all type of bullshit, he don't give a damn about you.
Yeah, if a man is dealing with a harlot, he don't really care what she does.
That's right.
Right? But a woman that he cares about, he might put his hands on her.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother.
It's like the Most High we're likening to a comely and delicate woman.
That's right, brother.
Right? It's written that I'm married unto you, Israel.
That's right.
Right? And then guess what? We played the harlot, but the Lord's elect, guess what? We laid it to heart that we're in this captivity for our transgression and we getting right.
That's right.
That's why Paul spoke about the adoption. You know how the Lord is bringing us back.
Yeah,
just like a woman. You know, you got brothers that deal with women, but that woman had already been with multiple men. But what you bringing her in like a harlot, you cleaning her up. That's what the Lord's doing to us now. Like, because we committed whoredom, serving other gods, committing abominations. You know, we are the Lord's women, and he's cleaning us up now. You know, he's bringing us, he's adopting us back to the fold.
Like when you go into the book of Hosea, I believe it's the 3rd chapter, when the Lord, he told Hosea to go sleep with a harlot and name the children a certain name, because that represented us going off to deal with different gods and us coming back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? So that's a heavy chapter right there, man.
That's right. And that's what's
and he gave him specific names.
That's right. And that's what people see right now.
Come.
You know, we are treating to the Most High. Like
Come.
that whore, that's shameful. We come in shame-faced. Right? And we want to be accepted back in by our bridegroom. Go ahead.
And that's why in Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter, the Lord told Israel, like, yo, you know, those guys that you serving, like, you know, in that time of trouble, see if they can save you.
Yo,
that's like if your woman, you know, cheating on you with 2 different men, and she try to come back to you like, hey, you know, hey, look, go get it from them niggas.
Yo, right. That's right, brother. That's right. That's right. That's right, brother.
To back it up through the scriptures that, you know, we was going off by serving other gods and whatnot. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life.
Like the elder was saying, our people love to follow the ways of the heathen, worship their gods, eat the abominable foods, right? Wear their customary clothing. Lay up with their women, right? And for that, hey, that's how we began to devolve into the state that we're in right now, right? Our people don't want to be separate, but that's what the Most High demands us to do. You can bring this out. Matthew 13:9.
It's Matthew chapter 13, verse 9. Who have ears to hear, let them hear.
Go ahead.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given.
That's right. Right? If the Most High has a love affair with Israel, right? And guess what? Every time the Most High delivers us, we go right back a whoring with these other nations. And we begin a whole nother round of captivity. But just unlike a lot of men in this society, you're not going to take that whore back after she keep violating you. But thank God, our power is not like man, right? You can bring out what you got if you got a little more on that.
Damn, that's heavy.
You bring out Wisdom of Solomon too.
That's heavy.
And also too, you know, it's like, you know, we got judged as a nation. One person go off, y'all get judged as a nation.
That's right, the whole house.
Right.
We all pressed together. That's why a lot of people like to make it as though, you know, so-called Judah, Benjamin, Levi had it way worse than the 10 tribes, and we were all oppressed together.
Right, that's right.
You know, the whole house was oppressed together. And that's why the Most High is going to sift us out of our lands together.
Right. Hey, but that's why he had us, you know, when somebody was going off, he had us get that certain person and stone them in front of the congregation, so we put the evil out from among us. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Hey, but Esau gave 3 hots in a cot and allowed them, if they homosexual, to get a boyfriend up in there and continue in that devilishment.
Make laws so they can continue doing what they're doing.
That's right.
There's an account in Joshua's where I think they were taking over, what is it called, Jericho. And one of the, I think it was a Judite or something like that, he had took something that he wasn't supposed to take, and he had it hid in his tent. And the Lord basically judged all of Israel. They went to battle, and we all got messed up.
That's right.
And until the Lord was mad.
That's right.
And when you know, they found out that man's family, you know, him and his family, you know, basically took that and they retrieved it. You know, they had to basically stone and burn them, you know, for an example. And that's what the Lord does. He puts certain things in place to be like, look, don't be like this guy. That's an example.
That's right. That's right. That's right, brother.
Hey, and Yahweh Shai's desire that the whole house of Israel be saved. But Zechariah 13 and 8 lets you know that a majority of our people are wicked. Just like you were speaking, the majority of our people were going off. That's why the Most High is looking for a small sanctuary wherever the Lord's people are scattered. You see mega churches and churches on every corner, but it's rare that you see men standing up as prescribed in Matthew 22 and 9, right? In the highways and byways as commanded. Why? Because those are those small sanctuaries of men that he's going to gather his elect out of, right? You got some more? Bring it up.
I feel like I'm back in Philly. I feel like I'm back in Philly. That shit followed us all the way down south.
It's Isaiah chapter 1 verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Woo! Hey, everybody be gone, but the Most High is always dealing with the remnant. That's the elect in this time. Right? We're not gonna, he's reserved men that's not gonna be with the shit like it says in the book of Romans. We're not gonna be in that need to Baal. Why? Because from the foundations of the earth, they were appointed and established to be saved and redeemed. Right? You can bring up to the top.
Who about to leave? As for the mysteries of God.
As for the mysteries of God. Go ahead.
They knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned of reward.
Bring this out from the top. One more time, Bible.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 22. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness.
Hey, this is 2/3 of our people, the heathen and chiefly the so-called white man. Right? It's not given to them to understand this book and break down the mysteries. Go out and teach this book and give salvation, nor would they be able to break down these mysteries. The Edomite always walk up and boast that they read this book with no fucking understanding. They get tripped up in Genesis 1. Why? Because it's not given to them to read this book and get the full understanding from it. Right?
That's right. It's not the book.
That's right.
Nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. For God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
Right.
Nevertheless, through our envy of the devil came death into the world.
Hey, Proverbs 31, envy not, thou oppressor, choose all his ways. Right? The homosexual, at one point, the white man had that stigma of being a faggot. You had Studio 52, San Francisco, but now the black man said no. You know, we want to envy your lifestyle and follow your ways. Right? And we look bad on a global front. Right? It's an international, city. And now the base, gay is the new black.
That's why John said slucky.
Nah, go ahead. You got it,
That's why
brother.
John said you are your father the devil, the lust of your father you would do.
John.
Because they're not circumcised in the spirit.
That's right.
So even though our people are from a royal bloodline, they are considered heathens and Gentiles because they take in the customs of the heathen.
That's right.
And brother, when it said through sin, now that came from Cain. The same spirit that's the same spirit that's on Esau right now came from Cain. And it was envious because Cain envied Abel's his offer, his sacrifice, because Abel did exactly what the Most High said, and Cain just wanted to bullshit and half-ass it. So now because the Lord he took that offering, he took it. Now it's like, yo, now you mad. But he told you what to do. That's why this book ain't for Esau, man. It ain't his book. It condemns him.
This is Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith Yahweh our power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Wherever we're scattered, the Most High is appointing a little sanctuary. And we're out here to exhort our people to repent and get in order, right? You can bring this out verse 8
and this is the little sanctuary right here that the Lord talking about.
That's right, brother. That's right.
Because it's written that a majority of our people are going to be destroyed. Even that spirit is in Israel with unity camps of men and from diverse backgrounds with, different doctrines coming together. Because they want it to be a majority of people to be saved when it's going to be a small amount of people. These people are born in vain. They're going to be destroyed. That's their lot.
And then you got all these different camps coming together. They can't even agree on what the mark of the beast is. You know what I'm saying? But everybody here, we all on one accord. We got the same doctrine. But them dudes just want to come together to be seen amongst men to make themselves look good. To see Esau kissing your fucking boot. The Lord said he's going to make your enemy bow down. Not you do that shit. Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if them dudes paid them crackers to come past and kiss their fucking boots, man.
That's right. Hey, when
Straight up, man.
They want to take the glory that they
Yeah,
supposed to give to the Most High.
That's right, brother.
He gets all the praise, honor, and glory.
That's right, brother.
Right?
That's right.
Hey, you can bring this out in 1 Kings 8 and 51. We about to wrap up. Any brother got some
Yeah,
precepts?
come.
Because the dude that walked by got a purple shirt and it says Omega. Who's the Alpha and Omega?
The beginning and the end. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Harachak Wadash, man.
Right. That's right. Hey, so we about to wrap up in a second. You know, we just want to exhort our people, you know, to get back to righteousness because October the 1st, they plan on giving you all a cure for the COVID-19, which is mandatory vaccination.
That's right.
That are going to have a digital certificate.
That's right.
Right? Do you know what the mark of the beast is?
Yeah, I mean, I got
Do you mind if I put you on camera, brother?
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I got an interpretation of the mark.
Hey, somebody get 1 Peter 1 and 20. Go ahead.
I heard him say how we've been falling out to the cusp.
Right.
So that's basically kind of how I interpret it as it being a doctrine and a custom that we're gonna submit to and follow behind. And yeah.
That's right. But as far as the mark of the beast, have you heard that expression before?
Yeah.
Okay, the mark of the beast that's written up in the Bible. Do you believe in the Bible, brother?
Oh yeah, man. I
that's beautiful. Hey, John, that's beautiful. Because in the Bible it says that at a certain point, somebody get Revelation 13 and 16 for the brother real quick. We'll touch on it. You know, because we're in some very serious prophetic times, beautiful times we're living in. Because this book has been around for years and years, you know. But the prophecies that are written of in this book, like it says in Revelation, what is it, 19, the spirit of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy.
That's right, that's right.
A lot of the prophecies that are written of in this book, they're coming out right now, and they're manifesting.
Take rulership 2020, we getting ready to take rulership because we was sentenced 400 years into slavery, you know what I mean?
No, that was our Egyptian captivity.
Yo,
right?
come.
But we just want to deal with the mark of the beast right now, right? Bring this out, brother. I don't want you to get, you know, to point. You can bring up Revelation 13, 16.
This Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
That's right, that mark, right? That's written up in Revelation 13 and 16. This is the mark of the beast. Because before the society opens back up, everyone is going to have to be given a vaccination, right? Yes, that's the case. So October the 1st, this vaccination is going to have a digital certificate in it, right? And you know, right now the society is going cashless, but if you take this mark, right, you will be destroyed pursuing the Revelation.
That will be something done mentally, physically, and spiritually. Yeah, that will be done physically, but it also it'll be implant. Like I said, the doctrine is going to be something that we can hold on inside our hand and inside our head and on our right hand, where God have his chosen that.
When you go into that word mark,
we're going to have that doctrine in our heads of the ones who's supposed to hold that doctrine.
It's going to be a literal mark, because if you go into that word mark, it's karagma, which is an incision. Even in Obamacare on page 1004, right? It's called a Class A implantable device.
Right.
So it's already legislation on the books that lets us know that this is what they have planned.
And yeah, you can't, you know, it's not ideology, because you can't buy and sell without an ideology.
That's right, that's right.
You know, you can't say, no man shall be able to buy or sell. With an ideology, you can't buy and sell with an ideology, so it has to be some type of currency.
Physical.
That's going something physical, or some type of currency where you're able to, you know, purchase your goods and run a business or something like that. With an ideology, how can a man buy and sell with an ideology? Because you'll be able to lie. It'll be like, look, do you believe in Christianity?
It's not really there. It's a number. You know what I mean? It's not. It's the idea of.
Bro, listen.
Bring the scripture out one more time, brother.
It's
so you
all
can
of it together. Let me read 16 and 17. Have one without
come, bring it out.
All right, that's going to fulfill the law.
Hey, let me bring this up.
That law. You know what I mean?
All right, look.
I just excluded.
This Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
So, according to your logic, that's cut, because you cannot buy and sell with a philosophy, right? So,
Hey, Mahar,
you got to try again.
He also had mentioned that if you get it in your right hand, but the brother got a precept to back him up.
Come on, bring it out.
This is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and the image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, which means either hand, okay, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
That's right.
And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
So we're not coming out here to speculate. We're coming out here to give you warning, right? We're not coming out here to be ministered into. We're giving you warning that October the 1st, the Bible speaks of a chip. This is going to be an implantable device, right? A lot of our people, they're going to take the chip. Why? Because they're proud, right? They think they know it all when, guess what? Every man out here is in agreement that this is the mark of the beast. And we go into the Greek, we go into the Hebrew to get the full understanding. As it pertains to the mark of the beast, it's not a philosophy.
I didn't disagree with you.
You disagreed by saying that it's not an implantable chip, right? Hey, go ahead and get 1 Kings 8:51. 1 Kings 8:51. Hey, so this morning, hey, we come out here to give our people warning. We don't come out here to have a discourse, right? The law was only given to the Israelites, and a lot of our people, guess what? They don't even understand the law.
That ain't not that I came to destroy the prophet. I came to fulfill the law. When we rewinding it here, that I didn't disagree with you. Well, now you just coming.
The topic that I want you to focus on is the mark of the beast.
It's not up to you.
Right?
It's up to God.
And we letting you know that that mark in the Greek is the word parag, which is an implantable decision.
That I came
a
to
prudent man is going to guess what? Hear what we're saying, and they're going to research rather than continue to talk and give the sacrifice of fools. They're going to be prudent. The things that we're saying, all you have to do is research it. But guess what? If the Most High is not with you, guess what? You're not going to get it. Right? It's not of him that willeth or him that runneth. Obviously, the Most High has rejected him and turned him over to a reprobate mind. Right? Of mind at the point of judgment. And unless you repent and you get in order, right? Line up your spirit with the righteousness of the Most High, repent fast, you're going to take that mark and you're going to be destroyed.
Hey, Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool, when he hold his peace, is counted wise.
Hey, that's a short precept, but it's a mouthful. Sometimes if you just hold your peace, you'll learn so much more. We know you're a smart, intelligent brother, but we really not out here to listen to what you got to say. We come out here to give you the gift of salvation. Because if you understood what we know, you would be posting up teaching right now. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Let it go, Elder.
Hey, Sirach 20:20. A wise sentence shall be rejected when it come out of a fool's mouth. Right. For he will not speak it in due season.
Yeah, they're going to say it out of season. They're going to come up with the appearance of being in order. But nigga is always going to reveal his spirit. That's right. We are a royal people, like it says in Sirach. Somebody get Sirach 11:7 real quick.
Let me ask you this. What's the Lord's name? What's the Lord's name?
The father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
What's his name?
Am I wrong?
What's his name?
Am I wrong?
That's like me calling you boy. But that's like me calling you boy. But what's your proper name?
He was got an letter here. Am I wrong?
He proud.
Am I wrong?
He proud.
What's his name?
Hold on, brother.
Ask a question.
Do you know his name?
What's the name of the Lord?
What's the name of the Lord?
What's the name? What's his name? What is his son's name? What is his name, or what is his son's name? If somebody grab that.
Now I got. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but it's Yahweh Shai.
There you go.
You know.
What's the father's name?
I can't.
You said the son's name. You said the son's name.
Hey, but the only way you can learn is if you let your tongue cling to the roof of your mouth. Right, that's like you in class while the teacher's giving a dissertation. But you saying you want to learn.
I was doing this before. I've been an officer of the church before I knew that it was a group thing. You know what I mean, or it had a name to it. You know what I mean? Nah, it just been me.
You said the son's name.
Hey, bring it out, brother.
Yeah. What's the father's name?
Who had the
the father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
No, bring that out, brother. Hey, brother, bring that out. Talk over it.
So like I said, he didn't come to say,
Let the word come out.
Who were the laws given to?
That's what I'm trying to listen. Do you
Who were the laws given to?
How can the law be fulfilled?
I'm asking you a question. Do you know who was the law given to?
I saying Christ.
I got that one call for, bro.
Can you bring that out, Baba Kasha? Yo, bring it out.
34. Who hath ascended up into heaven or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment?
Who bound his waters in garments? Go ahead.
who hath established all the ends of the earth. What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst
So the
tell?
Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob has a proper name. Do you know it?
I'm not pronouncing it. Can't say it right.
You gotta let your yay be nay. You got that proud spirit on you, bro.
okay,
because
my
we
bad.
out here to enlighten you.
Oh no, I don't.
We out here to enlighten
You ain't gotta prove yourself to be smart.
Because that name, we
you
just
don't
not
know,
gonna
just
give it to
say you don't
anybody.
know.
I got you.
You said Yahweh Shah.
That name is a strong
You
power.
said
I'm from up
I
top,
want you
right?
to use our
You
spirit
can be like, what's the
channel,
name of that street over there?
Okay,
I'm gonna just tell you I don't know.
Con, that's right.
Because I don't fucking know.
That's
We'll
right.
move right along and then you'll
Yeah.
learn.
Okay, I
and
got
when you
You know?
leave, you'll
You
be
say,
more
what's this brother
knowledgeable than
name
when
right
you
here?
stepped up.
I ain't gonna give you, I'm gonna
Right,
say
and
I don't
I'm
know.
right, because I would get mad.
That's
I
it.
feel like you were doing that to me.
There's nothing wrong with
You
not
right.
knowing.
So you get mad at your teacher when you
Yes,
walk into the classroom and they want to teach you, you get mad at them.
myself.
Right?
Yeah, boo.
All right, hey, 1 Kings 8:51, we about to go ahead and wrap it up and get to the point. Hey, the mark of the beast that's written up in Revelations is a chip. Right now, before they open this society back up, they're gonna vaccinate. They have 333 million vaccinations.
Con.
Right now, slated to give to you, children, and guess what? We let you know, do not take that mark.
So that's not in the Bible.
Hey,
I understand.
Can I
That's
ask
not
you-
in the Bible.
can I
Look,
ask you a
check this out.
question?
He just read
Hey,
it.
1 Kings 8:51, we gonna move right along.
Bring that out.
Right? Hey, a heretic after one or two admonitions reject. That's what it says in Titus 3:10.
Yo, my man.
This man has no respect, he has no fear. Why? Because the Most High not dealing with him.
My man, can I ask you a question?
We can't agree amongst
This is the
our own
manifestation.
Can I ask you a
of the
question?
spirit.
Can I ask you a
Right, we
question?
were saying how
Did you come
majority
up
of
here
the
to
house of
teach
Israel
us,
is gonna be
or did you
destroyed.
come up here to get edified?
I came up here to fulfill the law.
What law? What law?
You cut your
You
beard.
trying to say you Yahweh Shah.
Cut.
wrong with
Why you keep talking about the law?
But I asked you a simple question.
Right, like that.
Dread.
When they try to judge and condemn me, when
Nah,
but I
listen.
can show you a lot of stuff right now where you definitely condemn.
Yo, but I asked you a question,
You
Joe.
know what salvation
He
is?
trying to
You
say
know
you
what
Yahweh
that
Shah,
means?
man.
Yo, I
He
asked you a
trying to
question.
say
I
he
said,
Yahweh Shah.
Hey, give me a
I'm a
simple
tribe of
man.
Judah.
Hey, I asked you, did you come up to get edified, or did you come up to
and
get
what was
taught?
my answer?
Hey, a
You
simple
said
man
you
will
come-
not be
that's not the
reproved.
question
I
I
can
asked
ask you a question. Are you a
No.
homosexual?
I didn't come to do neither.
Are
no,
you
I
a
came to
homosexual?
fulfill the
Why
law.
are you up here then?
Are you a
You got pearls
homosexual?
in your ears like you from Africa.
Are you a
Are you a
homosexual?
Canaanite? Yes.
See?
Are you a homosexual?
Hamite?
Oh, y'all gotta finish.
Yo, bring out your stuff and we getting up out of here, man.
Homosexual. Hey, I'm from the tribe of Judah, bro. Y'all from Canaanite.
I asked you, were you a
Hey, have a good day,
homosexual?
brother. Hey, 1 Kings 8:51.
Come
We
on.
came out here to
Come on.
minister to the election of Israel. Right?
I said I will.
Hey,
Judah, what y'all want me to say?
Revelation
He
22:11
talking
says he that is
about
wicked, let him be
the
wicked
law.
still.
I said I'm
There's
not.
loopholes in this book, but we don't got to address and deal with every nigga.
What was the point?
A heretic, that's when we speak in heresies. When we talking about the mark of the beast philosophy, that's a heresy. We deal with this brother patiently and with love. But a nigga, whenever he see a reflection of him trying to teach him, he gets mad proud. Why? Because he hates you.
ain't Judah, you ain't
Right? He has
gonna
an evil eye towards his brother. That's what we were dealing with.
Judah ain't
Right?
never
First Kings 8:51.
You ain't Judah, you ain't gonna make it.
First Kings, chapter
I
8,
give you
verse
salvation.
51. For they be thy
I'm
people,
Judah.
and thine inheritance, which thou broughtest forth out of
Ask that
Egypt,
question
in the
again.
midst of the furnace of fire.
That's where you asked me a manly question.
I asked you, was you a homosexual?
Right, yeah, like, come on, y'all really
Give me
looking
this
at
and
that.
This is
Are you a
Atlanta.
homo?
Are you a
Bro,
homosexual?
I'm from the seed of David, Solomon. We had
So
many
what?
wives. You look me up.
But
Rocky
you
Balboa
not
right
answering
now.
the question.
I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you something that you can't never do.
Are you a
I'm about to show you
homosexual?
something you can't never do.
You know what I'm saying?
This is welcome to
You
ATL.
pick us later. I got every nation on my God, bro. What's wrong with you? You the one gay? Look at that. Look, I got Mexican, I got Chinese, I got German,
mean,
I
bro?
got white.
What does that mean?
Boy, now you see it. What you got, boy?
What that mean? What that mean?
It's all.
What does that mean,
That is
brother?
unjust. Let
What
him
does
be
that mean?
unjust still.
Listen,
y'all
don't
brother.
know you.
Listen.
Right?
What does
Bro,
that
you a
mean?
Hamite, bro.
Who? I'm a Hamite.
You a Hamite.
He which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
He got pearls.
Corinthians 14 and 13. Go
You
ahead.
from Africa, bro.
Right?
From Africa.
Hey, that's why he came up talking that 400-year Kanye West pop song. Why? Because he's not rooted in scripture. Right? He believes that we're about, he's referencing our Egyptian captivity. that we've already been redeemed from, and we're in a new Egypt that he's not even aware of. Right? Serving another round of captivity for spewing madness just like it was coming out of his mouth.
Hey, you know Africans wore dreads, right?
But New Egypt is still Egypt.
Yeah, he's trying to get on me.
Man shall be known by his gate.
The curse said that we will be brought into a new Egypt by ship. Right? That 400-year prophecy that you said is about to come to fruition is already passed.
That's right. That's right.
What makes you think that about reading the word? Somebody get Revelation 23.
Where your Bible at?
Yo, bro.
Are you illiterate? Can you read?
Bro.
No, it's not a rhetorical question. Can you read? Because guess what? Blessed is he that readeth. Somebody bring the scripture out. Bring it up.
Revelation 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
No, it's right. The bondage.
Blessed is he that readeth. If you read this word and the Most High pours his spirit on you, guess what? It'll be revealed. Some things are plain. Some things have to be spiritually discerned and taught to you by a man. Right? You don't want to be taught because you have that spirit of your oppressor. Right? You have that Edomite spirit on you.
Where's your Bible
So
at?
guess what? You're going to be stuck.
Right here.
Listen.
Ask me with the word.
Hey, bro, check this out.
I know the word, every word.
Hey, bro, okay, well, check this out.
Written on my heart, bro.
That's pride.
I am Daniel, bro.
Every word.
You know it, but you don't understand.
That's pride.
I am Daniel.
Y'all
Y'all are the word. Y'all think like Christians right now.
Right? This man didn't come up here to be
Christian. Yo, we are Christians. We are
Christians.
Yeah, we Christians.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, anointed.
No, it don't.
I mean anointed. We anointed.
That means you're serving another.
We anointed one.
No, that means you're idolizing.
Nah, we're not.
Yes, it does.
What does word? Yo, Christian, is that a Greek word?
Y'all don't know that. This is a temple, bro.
Yo, this room about to die.
Is a fool. Right?
I do have a question though.
He who trusted in his heart is a fool. You have to be taught. You can't think. You can't speculate. You have to read and you have to get understanding. You have to be taught by me. You see that? You can bring this out.
Hey, you know what?
Corinthians chapter 14, verse 38.
Have y'all ever heard the song before?
But if any man be ignorant,
let him be ignorant.
That's right.
All right, continue.
Go ahead.
Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophecy.
Covet to prophesy. We came out here to tell you what's going to happen. You say you already know what's happening, so go up and teach.
Hey, bro, if you get paid choosing, we ain't with that.
Yeah, hey, all of us like women, and we have wives.
Man, I was drunk.
Right? We not, oh, hey, thank you, so why do you have Thank you, Heavenly Father. He called me up. Look at that, y'all ugly as hell.
Brother got a question. You gotta take the African shit out.
He might be more
sincere. You got a sincere question? All right, go ahead. The elder did what you go ahead.
Peace be with you. Look, so,
hey, go ahead, bro. Hey, go ahead. Don't interrupt him. He got a sincere question. He's been waiting patiently.
You A1.
Go ahead.
So, you know, Allah knows best.
Allah knows best.
No. I don't want to disrespect. I don't want to disrespect.
Nah.
I don't want to disrespect.
You said Allah knows best, bro.
Man, get out of here.
Nah, bro. You said, nah. We don't believe in Allah.
You asked me. No. It's not Allah.
Shalaka Yom Islam.
Which is a statement of
the order that they go in is the order of Melchizedek.
So I do have
if y'all didn't know that.
Come on, we on our way out. We holding up, leaving.
I'm being disrespectful.
Shop is closed. Ask your question,
You
bro.
gotta follow the order of Melchizedek. That's the way they
Hey,
sit down.
Ecclesiastes 12:13.
Yo, cut.
Ecclesiastes 12:13. We'll bring that out and we're going to end right now. Hey, because it's about to get dark. It's going to look like the set is real. Hey, we're going to break out. Hey, because like you said, he that is ignorant, let him be ignorant. We're going to leave the nigga where he at.
Hey, but this is the norm when we go out. When we come out here, this is the norm. Like right when we're about to wrap up, all the time they come, bro. All the time.
Hey, come, just listen to the scripture.
Yo, bring it out.
Ecclesiastes 12.
Bring it out,
We're going to
bro.
end with that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is the conclusion of the whole matter. We're exhorting you to go ahead.
Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
That's right.
To take the mark of the the beast that's slated to be implemented on the entire population October the 1st. We come out here to give our people warning, and we pray that you've been edified by the different brothers that have came out to give you all to get the salvation.
That's right.
Hey, so with that, we like to give our praises, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem.
Hey, double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Many blessings to the brothers that are standing up. And right
Death to America.
Death to America.
Hey, death to America.
Death to America.
Kwam Yashua.
Now, you don't hear the prayers of the wicked.
You got dreads, man.